Expect it.
Yeah, and you try to, but you try to catch people, but no.
Oh god.
Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode
right on
of
the face.
Shadows Embrace, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition campaign, an actual play set in the world of Ambervale, a fictional city that I have come up with. Hi, welcome everybody. We're back with another episode. Last time we had a lovely talk about Matt's night off. Excuse me. My cameras are a little borked, I just realized, so give me 1 second as I... could I get... Matt, can you flicker your camera for me real quick? Stop it a second.
Oh, I didn't even realize because mine is in the right place.
Yeah, yours is in the right place, Randy's in the right place. I think everybody else is off one, so...
What am I doing?
Just stop the starting video real quick.
Oh.
You're good. Okay, everybody's in the right spot now.
Oh.
Hey. Yep.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll fall into
yeah.
place. Welcome everybody.
But no, don't worry. Nate's playing Mikhail. It's fine.
Everyone can play Mikhail today.
Yeah.
We're just gonna like all switch characters every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Just now.
Not
Okay.
just yours anymore.
But last time
I think I could do a pretty good Matt impression.
probably good.
I think you could,
See
yeah.
I see it.
Let's watch some Looney Tunes.
But last time we-
I do not enjoy the concept that we are introducing to canon right now that Matt watches Looney Tunes. I don't.
That was already established.
that was
Was it?
that was pre-established
Yeah,
canon.
that was-
That was
yeah.
pre-established
And then-
off-screen games.
That's
Matt
sorry.
watches Looney
Freaking
Tunes,
Roadrunner.
goes on Reddit.
Argues about Looney Tunes. What the fuck?
I'm hearing double.
What?
I'm hearing
Looney
double.
Tunes lore.
I'm hearing double for myself. Good job, me. So, but welcome everybody. Last time we left off, we talked about what Matt was doing as he was AFK from our pre-show games, and then we also discussed the route going forward after a lovely council and court with the prince at Elysium, deciding the fate of a few individuals that have been less than honest with their interactions as of late. Not lying, just not explaining the full truth.
just not having a good luck about them.
Yeah. The jury deliberated of this coterie around me, and came to the conclusion that nobody needed to get murdered yet, and receive the final death, as it were. Excuse me. Did I? Okay. But as we go into a new night and a new haven, why don't we go around real quick, introduce ourselves, who are playing this evening, and then we will kick things off. Why don't we start with River? Caleb.
Hi, my name is Caleb Wade of Crime Defender Presents and Guild of the Phoenix, and I am playing River Marlowe, our Toreador.
Julian.
Hi, I am Julian of Jackal and Hare. I'm the Jackal part of Jackal and Hare. I'll be playing our resident Thin-Blood, Mikhail.
And then Randuin.
Hi, I'm Marine of One. I'll be playing Randuin, our resident Tremere, who's trying to figure things out.
Nate. Matt.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I will be playing Matt, and he is our resident gangrel and cantankerous old man.
And last but certainly not least, Jesse.
Hello, I am Jesse, and I am playing Khalees, who is a very nice Banu Hakim.
And I am your lovely storyteller for this evening, Fennicini, here on Guild of the Phoenix. So we're going to kick things off here. Last time we left off, we had just reached our new haven, a warehouse in the industrial district of Portside in the city of Ambervale. There is some basic security, some rooms for everyone to bed in without suffering the effects of the sun. So, with a new night upon us, everyone please make for me a rouse check.
But yeah, that's a thing that we have to do.
That is a thing you do indeed have to do. A single hunger die.
I succeeded.
Cool.
I also succeeded.
Good. You guys do not get hungrier.
It's just one hunger die, right?
Correct.
Just
Success.
one d10.
One.
And-
Bad if I get a 10.
No, it's
No,
good.
No.
it just means you're not hungry.
Yes.
I
Cool.
Yeah.
It was
succeeded.
on a hunger die, so I'm just making sure.
Yep. It is. You just do not get hungry. Do we all succeed? I believe I heard it. Matt, did you say success as well?
Yeah.
Hey, oh, nobody gets hungrier. All right.
Woo!
Gonna have to fix that.
Hey, while we're talking about dice rolls, I have a question.
I have an answer.
So my blood potency is 2 instead of 1 now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that mean I rolled 2 hunger dice
Nope.
when I'm making a check?
Blood
Okay.
potency
No.
is different from hunger. So for Matt and for everybody at home, hunger is dictated by the number of hunger you currently have. So that's how many red dice you roll for your hunger dice. Blood potency is how potent your blood is, and you can rouse the blood to increase the number of dice you're rolling in specific checks or stats. So using your blood potency, it also does other things depending on what your blood potency is. But when you rouse the blood, you make another hunger check, and then you get bonus dice of 2 to your rolls for that stat. Music is a little loud. Sorry. It's a little more intense than I anticipated. Okay. Anticipated. Excuse me. Anyway, but that is how you use blood potency, and it is different from hunger. So, a new night
Alright.
upon you guys. You guys come into undeath as the sun sets below the horizon. As that sun is setting, our resident Thinbud, the first to awaken, is receiving a phone call.
I can assume the nature of this phone call. He'll kind of sit up. He'll check the number first.
It is your brother's number.
Yeah, he'll answer it.
Miko?
Yes. Been awake for a moment.
Right, I didn't just catch you out of sleep.
No, I don't. I think if you had called maybe 5 minutes earlier, it might not have. It doesn't matter. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just wanted to give you a call in because you did want to speak to him, right?
Yes. Did you? You didn't find anything, did you?
Not yet. I've only had a day to look at it, and I've been half asleep for some of it because schedules are all effed now.
Right. Sorry. Yes, I'll talk to him.
Right. Here he is. And he passes the phone down. You hear it kind of rustle for a moment before. Dad?
Dad,
Hi. Hey.
how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
It's going, I suppose. Things are, different. Just a bit different. As he's kind of like looking around, his modest cell. Remember when we were talking about, holiday?
Yeah.
With Granddad.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. It's coming up, right?
What time of year is it? I forget what time of year
I
is
believe
it.
it was like summer.
Summer-ish. Okay.
Of not 2020, the year where everything is falling apart. And the Backstreet Boys reunion tour is in full swing.
Thank God.
A simpler time.
202X.
If only to be in that alternate reality.
I love Mega Man timelines.
Oh yeah,
Can we just blame all of this on Dr. Wily?
yeah. We can.
But yeah, he'll he nods, and he'll say, yes. And even though I was originally going to obviously go with you, I think that based on everything that's been happening lately, that it might be a touch hard for me to go across the pond with you.
Oh, just something come up?
There's a lot of things that are happening right now that I'm trying to fix.
Oh, okay. Is it real bad or?
Relatively. If you want me being honest with you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I prefer it.
Stares at nothing in
The
particular.
alternative.
Yes.
Are you not going to play catch with me, Papa?
No, he'll shake his head and he'll say, so I'm going to regrettably contact Father, and we'll get that arranged. So that way you don't have to worry about spending all of your time with Uncle Nick, and then you could spend time in London.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I know we talked about it as it's kind of the last thing we do before school starts up again.
Right.
I mean, I'm sad you can't go, obviously, but if you're busy, you're busy.
His brows will kind of furrow at that. Is there any way I can roll an empathy check on my own kid with how blasé he's being right now?
No, it's fine, Father. You always leave.
Oh, he's a good dad.
Someday
Is your kid Nanako?
Someday you'll find the cigarettes and come
Just
home.
jaded because of things that have happened to him.
Oh. Wits and insight, please.
Someday you'll find the cigarettes and the milk you've been looking for.
Wow, I got 3 successes.
Nice. He's being very blasé because he kind of saw this coming, and he almost expected it. And
Based on what happened recently, or just in
yeah,
general?
mostly just because of the recent events and the recent evenings.
Because the last 6 months, you were pretty much in a drug haze, right?
No.
not constantly. There
I-
just be evenings where he
Yeah.
would kind of disappear, but it
Yeah.
wasn't a full-on drug haze for 6 months straight. No, there were just evenings where he would disappear.
Your kid is Nanako.
This is so
And
sad.
his mom's dead too. Didn't get killed by a car crash though. But he sighs.
Uncle, why do people die?
Yeah, he can talk to all of his uncles about those things. He'll sigh and he'll say, "Look, I know that you're resigned to what is happening, and frankly, I don't want you to be. You're allowed to be upset with me. I haven't really."
I mean, you're not gonna change your mind, so it wouldn't do me any good.
I wish I could.
It'd be a waste of air, Father.
I wish I could, and I wish I could tell you what's
Why
happening.
don't you tell me? I mean, if you want to, you could.
There are bad people out there that will remember the bad
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I do.
He is referencing to something else, but it's easier to kind of lump everything together because, hey, look, now it's related. Recently, and he'll say, "It's for those reasons, and I want to make sure that you're safe, and if I go, you might not be."
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you gonna take care of him like you usually do?
I'm gonna try. Try my best. I'm with some people that might help me with that.
Okay.
You didn't have another dream, did you?
Not. What do you mean? Like the weird ones that I have occasionally with Mom?
Yes.
Not recently, no.
All right.
Just the last
Just,
one that I told you about.
Right.
Was there?
No, it's fine. It's nothing really. I was just wondering if you had one or not.
No, not yet.
Well.
So.
All right. Be good. Did you eat supper?
Yeah, I just got finished. I
Okay.
even ate all my green beans, like Uncle Nick asked.
Oh Lord, they're probably burned. Sorry.
Oh, they weren't that bad. They were a little raw, actually, but outside of that, they weren't too bad. Just don't beat them up over it. I know you do that sometimes.
Right. Well, I'm glad
Why
you
is
ate.
this kid so emotionally intelligent?
He's supposed to be very intelligent. He's a smart kid. He's supposed to be a very smart kid.
Because he's a smart kid and he's been through some dangerous
He's
things.
been through a lot of really bad stuff already. I was like, well, I'm glad you ate them, and then think of it this way: once you're spending holiday, you could ask Uncle Jason to make you something. Remember, he's very good in the
Oh
kitchen.
yeah, I'll ask him when I get there, because he's the only reason that your granddad. I assume that's what I'm gonna call him.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he's not, starving. So
I imagine as Mikhail kind of like looks off into the distance, thinking, "If only." Before think, yes. So good. Make sure that you don't stay up too late. And can you hand the phone back to Nick real quick?
yeah. 1 second, Uncle Nick. You hear him kind of call off, and there's a moment where the phone rustles again before. Hey, everything go alright?
Well enough. I figured based on everything that Miriam and I told you, that it might be best if he goes back to London soon.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. I agree with that.
And stays.
Can you... You know that Father and I aren't really
Talking?
speaking all that well. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Could you pass that along to him and just tell him that it's dire?
I'll let him know, and I mean,
And that way you don't have to worry about taking care of him either, and you can go back to the Vatican.
all right. Okay. I mean, I could. What I could do is I could fly back with him to London, make sure he sits down there, and then head back to the Vatican from there.
Based on how he flubbed on his words a little bit, can I roll another?
You certainly can. That was entirely just storyteller flubbing it, and not an
Oh,
intentional
okay. If that
flub.
was just if that was just you, storyteller flubbing it.
Yes, that was a storyteller flub, and not a intentional flub of. You can certainly do it anyway if you want to. I'm not going to stop you, but
No, it's okay.
it was not intentional.
I don't want to waste everyone's time. So that was my Matt impression.
That's pretty good.
And he'll nod and he'll say, "I think that might be best."
Right. Okay.
Please don't tell Father anything. I don't need that on top of everything else that's been happening.
Right. Yeah, we can just keep it between us. I'll do what digging again. Maybe the Vatican itself will have more. Because,
Okay.
You know they are with their secrets. Until you told me, I didn't even know. So
Right.
I'll send you a text when I got everything organized, and then you can keep track of it as much as you can while you're awake.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've been there for each other, so.
I just feel like I won't be able to reciprocate for much longer. At least not for a while.
That's all right.
But I'll figure out things on my end. You figure out things on your end. We'll exchange notes at some point or another.
Yeah.
I should probably get going. I think the others will probably wake up soon.
All right, as long as you're safe.
Relatively, I've been
As safe as you
Threat-
can be.
being threatened by some sort of leader of this organization. Doing my best.
Very well. Oh, yeah. Just idle threats, nothing major.
With Western Father. Look, I'll talk with you later.
All right, sounds good. I'll let you know when I got the arrangements made.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll just kind of drop his phone down.
At about the end of that conversation, everybody else in the evening wakes up for the night to begin, and everyone else, what do you guys do as you arise from the undeath that is the day sleep?
So, for me, again, it's a matter of starting that move.
Mm-hmm.
So once Duke comes over, if he does, or if not, I will contact him
I would
to
say
start coming over.
we can make it an established thing of last night before the day sleep took you, that you messaged Duke in some capacity to be there that evening. And he will be there as you asked.
Yes, and I guess I'll do this in the living space so that if anybody wants to listen in or join in on this conversation or be curious about what Khalees is doing, then that's what I'm doing. But Khalees will sort of just say, okay, so what I need is for you to make an inventory list of what's available at my haven that can be moved. Most important thing is to make sure that the laboratory is moved over here. I'm sure we can find a room somewhere to put
not-
all of that.
You have plenty of space outside of this, so in between, you have an entire warehouse. I'm sure we can make space.
Yes, I just want us to sort of design a space so that way we can have the laboratory equipment moved over here, as well as all the other knickknacks that is in my personal haven to be moved over here. I want it to feel as much like home as possible.
Laboratory?
Understood?
Yes, laboratory. Used for my experiments. But considering that Randuin and Mikhail are curious about blood sorcery, I thought it would be beneficial
Prudent.
to have it here. Yes.
It's a
Are you
Well, it
like
is
a
certainly
chemist?
Hmm.
Oh, come on. That was obviously a joke. I know they're blood sorcerers. I'm old, I'm not dead.
It is certainly a good idea, seeing as how I need to get the confirmation that whoever was watching my apartment is not watching my apartment anymore, so I can get some of my things.
Yes, it would be beneficial to make this feel as comfortable as possible for you. At least until I find ways to make it so it doesn't feel like the eyes are on us as much.
I assume you want the list of
Shane,
everything?
you're muted.
I said, speaking of eyes, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did yesterday, and I'm just gonna scan this place. Since we know that people were here, during the day, I'm just gonna scan the place and make sure that they don't have any, prying eyes using Sense the Unseen.
Okay. Sense the Unseen nets you nothing out of the ordinary. While there have been
good.
people here during the day, they have been human, and nothing outside of that delving into the supernatural or weird. So,
Okay, cool. Just, paranoia stuff.
Mhm.
Randuin doesn't really
Being a
trust me.
Tremere.
yep.
Yes.
That's normal.
Yes, eyes.
Duke will kind of.
Um,
Do you want me to bring over anything else?
Just that for now, and I will do my own research to see what needs to be changed here.
Very well. I will get the lab boxed up and taken over. and then all of your personal effects inventoried, and then you can decide what else needs to be brought over when I return.
Thank you so much, Duke.
I presume you're allowing me leave to hire necessary individuals to make that happen in an expeditious manner.
Yes, please. I would really appreciate that. And I will arrange with whatever day security we have here to allow that movement to happen during the day, just so that it can be done as quickly as possible.
Understood?
And if I need to drive anywhere, I know that the others here have vehicles that I can take advantage of, so no need for you to be my chauffeur.
Understood. I will take my leave then.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Steps out.
Bye.
I don't know if I'm there or not.
I said I was doing this out in the open so anybody could
I would say
hear.
this is
Oh,
about
okay.
when Mikhail comes up from his phone conversation.
Sure.
And everybody else is in the living space having this conversation.
Hey, if I gave you a list of things and an address, could you have Duke move stuff for me as well?
Certainly can. After all, what's a coterie for?
Cool, thank you. I don't like
I-
cars.
I need to make a call. Excuse me. River kind of pulls out their phone and calls the sheriff.
The sheriff answers after a brief moment. River, yes.
Has surveillance been done in my apartment yet? Is it safe for me to go?
One of my scourges is currently working on it. I will let you know here in a moment.
Okay, thank you.
I also did a initial scan with my other, but obviously you can't fully trust a Malkavian site. So
Okay.
there's nothing oppressive or overt, at least. I'll let you know when we get the full report done.
Okay, thank you.
And he just hangs up. There's nothing more.
Yeah, I was gonna hang up.
Not say goodbye.
Despicable.
Professional.
Sheriffs don't need to say goodbye.
I just think it's just a fun
They
movie
say, "See you
thing.
later."
Just a fun movie thing. But
A sheriff's goodbye is a blade at your throat.
See you later. We're cutting your head off.
well, if any of you require certain resources, or at the very least, some comforts that may have been lost, or you just would like some, you can always ask me. I am capable of a lot of different things, besides, blood trading.
I'm good on
You
blood, I
run
just
the farm, right?
I run aspects of the farm. The farm is squarely under Camarilla control, but because of insights that I have as a trader, I am just diversifying the stock.
Speaking of that stock, may I take a potential peek at it at some point?
Yes. If anything, all of you as members of my coterie will have the option to partake in all sorts of things if you need it. It's beneficial for everyone to be at their best, especially if there's going to be a blood hunt soon.
And I need to prepare.
Yes.
Speaking of preparing, we do need to make sure that we have a training space set up. I need to
Oh,
work on my blade work and everything.
Oh, well, I'll put that down on the list to sort of start investing.
I can help with setting that up. That's a lot of what I'm bringing over, honestly. Also, one of my TVs and my Looney Tunes Gold box set.
You still have that?
Sponsored by Looney Tunes. Let's go.
Looney Tunes.
No, I broke it I bought a replacement. I literally watched it until it stopped playing.
Interesting.
Okay.
Fascinating, even.
Okay.
I presume that the things that I brought from my studio are exploded.
Yes, well, we can always get you new things. Your studio.
I still have things at the studio that I could always grab.
Well, I can always have my people grab it for you.
I have a car. I can get it myself. It's fine.
I'm gonna
Everything
assume that-
okay with that?
Hmm?
What, is there some sort of super secret art project you don't want your coterie to see?
No, I'm just saying that I don't need to thin out the resources that are going out and grabbing everyone else's things that seem to be a bit more important.
Huh?
Oh, they're hardly important. I have many clothes that I like to wear, and that is like at least 2 or 3 pieces of luggage alone.
Yeah, I need to get my go bag as well. So it always helps keep a backpack.
So, the stuff that I'm getting is trivial too, or can be considered trivial.
I heard something about a laboratory.
Yes, a laboratory.
That's not exactly insignificant.
No, that is not insignificant, but considering your interests, I figured it would be a good idea to have it closer to home.
That's very kind, but what made you decide to move it over here?
Because because it is important to have things that can help you in all manner of interests close by. And I think it would waste time to have to travel back and forth between my own personal haven with all of the blood sorcery and blood resonance information just to do some sorcery here and there. Rather have it here, especially if I'm going to be here.
I mean, I'd rather have a training center and a firing range here than going literally anywhere else.
Exactly. So bringing it here is beneficial to me, and bringing it here is beneficial to you. Also, it makes this place more personalized, as opposed to Camarilla Brandon.
Are you okay, Mika?
No, it's fine. I just feel like we're about to be on the show like The Bachelor or something like that.
Oh, you
What?
mean Big Brother?
Yes.
It's more like Big Brother.
Well, it doesn't change the fact that they're still surveyed all the time. Is this normal? And he kind of gestures to the cameras.
Well, that is something that comes with strings attached, but certain strings can be,
Cut or altered.
yes.
Yeah.
Fen, how many days does River have left?
4, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
4 days.
They can be, cut, altered, give ourselves some space that's sort of more, that feels more like a haven as opposed to feels like a ticking time bomb.
Very specific, term to use.
Not
Should I
not
be concerned
inaccurate.
about that?
No.
No.
If you do nothing to upset the Camarilla, then nothing, that bomb will have, it's like that clock to doomsday. Yeah, it'll stay at 15 minutes to midnight. But the more that you
Or
do,
it'll turn out to be one of those little poppers instead of a full-out nuclear explosion.
but I think that everyone deserves to have a little bit of privacy in their own homes. And we cannot have that with all of these eyes.
It's true.
So
I don't really understand how all these things, these scrying machines work, but I definitely know I don't want to be watched all the time.
Yes. So, as I bring more things in and invest into some stuff, then you'll have less of that, or less concerns about that. It's
Fair
for
enough.
everybody's safety, after all.
So, does Randuin understand the concept of a camera?
You can make me I believe, intelligence and technology check for me, because if I recall correctly, Randuin comes from a very secluded background in
I mean-
a cult.
He can ask, and we can tell him.
That's also
That
true.
is
But that
Could
does not
also
mean he will
ask.
comprehend.
Yeah,
means
yeah.
that God is watching.
I will say I have the archaic feed, or whatever it's called, the archaic
Yeah.
thing where.
There are
Yeah.
Matt has
Uh,
definitely tried to explain a camera at least 3 times.
River
Oh.
just explained what a flashlight was like.
Yeah, a flashlight is something I know how to use. So I have 2 successes here, but I've got a problem because I've got a 10 that's on a hunger die.
Ooh.
Do you have another?
Is there
10?
another 10?
No other 10.
Okay,
Then
you're
worries.
fine.
Yes, then just,
Whenever there's 2 10s, that's when you.
And
That's when
I
you
do-
bite the security camera off the wall.
I do also
Or
have
you
a
crush
1.
your phone.
Do the
Yes.
10 and the 1 cancel each other out?
no.
No.
Yeah. So you.
The fails only matter if you have no successes at all.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
Also, Fen, could I have healed that superficial damage to?
Yes. At the start of the beginning of the evening, any superficial damage that has been taken to either your willpower or your physical body are healed. It is aggravated willpower and aggravated damage of any kind that stays. So.
Love that for me.
And of course, you may think that this is being a little paranoid, right? Making this
Nothing wrong
space
with being
our
paranoid.
own, but there's nothing wrong with being paranoid, and to cover your bases,
I mean,
especially considering what my clan is, after all.
Oh,
it's not.
did I end up understanding what a camera is?
How many? You got 1 success?
Yeah.
You have the archaic understanding that the cameras display an image elsewhere. So you can look at the image and it'll be whatever is coming through that camera.
Okay, but I understand that the camera is the source of like the vision.
Yes.
Okay.
You understand that is where the thing comes from. Whether it's an eye that's been, horrifically attached to some technology or just some lens or some fanciness. No idea.
Are there any sticky notes?
Randuin, don't eat the glass.
No.
Maybe like that
What?
Nez Flanders level of sticky notes everywhere that just tells Randuin what everything does.
Oh no. I'm gonna have Randuin draw like a very like poorly done version of the room that we're in, and he's gonna try and sticky note it to the camera. So that
I really want to see Randuin's crappy drawings of the coterie.
Oh god. Can I just teach Randuin how to draw?
and Khalees will also add, because he's kind of aware of the ages here, at least of 2.
Mhm.
But Khalees will also say, you don't get to be as old as myself or Matt here without having a healthy dose of paranoia. Even
It's-
making it to your first year, like you have, River. Correct?
And Randuin.
3 weeks old.
Yeah, Randuin's not.
Randuin's 3
Oh,
weeks old.
Oh, sorry. Whoops, sorry. Generation, not age.
Generation.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
two
Randuin
generations.
is
Not say
3
age,
weeks
yeah.
old, and
Oh.
Mikhail is a week old. So that's kind of what Khalees is trying to fight. You don't even make it to your first year without having a healthy dose of skepticism and paranoia.
I
Looking
mean,
of your shoulders should be
It's-
second nature.
it's not paranoia if there's someone out to get you, and if the last few nights have proved anything. There's someone out to get us.
Oh, there's somebody to get anybody.
But that being said, you said as old as you and I. How old are you?
Oh goodness, I am somewhere along the lines of what year is it? 2020X.
2020X.
2010X, I think, is actually, because it's just before 2020X. So.
Okay.
It could be an alternate 2020.
2021.
So-
I want to avoid the cursed number.
So
Yeah.
Khalees,
No Backstreet
Khalees will
Boys.
say,
change your
I
inventory.
was born in the early 1800s.
Oh, that's
You look great for your age.
I
You do.
I was turned a little young, but
that's I mean, you're not a baby, but that's surprising actually. I didn't know there was anyone else even close to that nearby. Wow.
like I said, a healthy dose of paranoia, skepticism, and, well, being on top of things.
Yeah, I mean,
Keep your
I'm definitely. I don't really believe in the concept of paranoia because there's always somebody out to get you. Whether it's your position or you personally or your power, it's just been a reoccurring theme.
It's like I always tell you, Randy. You keep your friends close and your favorite implement of murder closer.
Speaking of being on top of things, Randuin, Matt, can I talk to you for a sec? And River's going to point to an upstairs room.
Sure.
Excuse us.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, conversation shifts as you head up to one of the upstairs rooms that are also lightly furnished, but not fashionably so, efficiently so. Nothing is fashionable for you, River.
Brutalism. Just sheer brutalism.
Everything's a concrete wall.
Yep.
We're just in a
The walls
bunker.
are all painted institutional green.
Ugh.
So, but
That's
We're
what
not in the
they'll call
asylum.
you died for us for a second there.
Yeah, well, the sound went out for me.
You had the asylum and then nothing.
Well,
No,
Okay.
my internet connection is fine, Zoom. How dare you?
I was gonna say, we're not in the asylum anymore. We're gonna make this look nice.
Yes.
River kind of closes the door after you two and sort of leans against the wall. How are you two feeling about Theodore and Gwen?
I really don't know a whole lot of it exactly what went down, but I feel like there can't be too much of a coincidence of like Theodore telling all of us, "Hey, get to the asylum. I have something important to say," and then the whole place exploding right after you get there. And I know that that's a weird thing to make, but like, I don't know, man.
The fact he was asking around for Lorem, drawing attention to himself. What-
Anything you do can draw attention to yourself if you do it in the wrong place. I don't know.
And where was Gwen? Like what? I
I mean,
Theodore was a inactive participant from the moment of his birth until now.
ouch, but okay.
that's quite an insult, but I mean, I didn't know him well enough to speak against that or for that. But Gwen has always been like a loose cannon. I mean, I feel like we all knew that from the start. But,
Not all of it, but
Well, yes.
I don't think
Not-
any of us expected Marquis.
Yeah, no.
anyway,
Point
I
being,
know that I asked the prince for permission to bring Gwen to the final death if it happens, but it doesn't mean I want to do it. I just need to know if I can, if it does happen.
Well, I think it's always better to know your options. It definitely caught me off guard when you brought it up, but I mean, you gotta know, you gotta know.
You need to know how far you're allowed to go before going past what you think you're allowed to go.
True.
I wasn't here for the inciting actions, and the rest happened behind my back. But all I can judge on is what I did see. I regret the circumstances for losing them. I don't like being betrayed, but I don't think we'll be weaker for the losses, considering what we've gained. As always, my focus is on our survival. I think towards that end, we'll be all right. We'll adapt. It'll take time. But we're still, as a coterie, young. We'll be okay. That said, I don't love the idea of diablerizing someone I used to call a comrade.
I don't think any of us were thinking that route, but
I heard it mentioned while we were at Elysium.
We were given permission with what's about to come in the blood hunt that the prince hinted at. If it comes down to it, we were given the permission to diablerize.
Yeah, that stuck in my brain. That's why I bring it up.
Are you okay?
I think I've made it pretty clear that I'm not, but I want to get us settled in on our feet. I want this to feel less like a holding cell and more like a home. We'll take it a day at a time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to check in with you both. You were saying?
While we're in a sidebar, as it were, how's Mikhail been adapting?
He's adapting.
I think that everything is still in the fresh and new and disturbing phase for both
Yeah.
Michaela and I.
Did help with
It
the
is.
blood ritual.
All things considered, I feel like these last few days have been going better than those previous. But I feel like it's still a lot. Thankfully, Michaela's had an upper hand over myself when it comes to like just an understanding of our society now.
Yeah, he came in swinging with that info.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't understand how, but
At some point, I'll have to sit down and talk with one of y'all to figure everything out and get caught up. But I know enough that I can understand what's going on here and that I don't like most of it. There's a lot of good, but there's a lot of strings attached to everything. And
Well, if you want something simple, I could teach you how to really throw that knife.
I suppose anything's better than nothing, but I'd like to avoid more like preventative measures for now. I'm probably going to look into something like that.
Yeah.
I don't really trust the Camarula's technology.
You don't trust any technology.
And you shouldn't. Most of it is out to get you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
We will never introduce you to social media. We promise.
We won't let you get zucked, Randy.
I don't know what either of those things mean.
Real
But I
quick,
appreciate it.
before we rejoin, I also wanted to get your opinions on our newest member. What's your read on Khalees?
Khalees is interesting but straightforward, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. I was surprised how quickly they went from like, I have to deal with you to we're friends. But
Well, when you're part
I
of a
have-
coterie, you need to look after those who are with you.
I think that's more so out of necessity, or like I guess kind of a defense mechanism against dissatisfaction. I don't know. Whatever
I mean,
it is.
you and Mikhail are getting a fucking lab, so
That is true. I have nothing to complain about, but that doesn't mean that I think that they're completely fine with everything, you know? I know that personally, if I were in their position and I was just doing my job and then all of a sudden two people, they're just have no idea what's going on or what they should be doing, just show up, and then I have to deal with them. And then now, not only do I have to deal with them, but I have to live with them and let them have some of my stuff. I would not exactly be chill with it.
River is just
Chill.
staring at Randuin. Yeah,
Where did you learn the word
rough.
chill?
Sounds rough, huh?
That yeah, they just seem to be. He's coming into this situation with an open hand and nothing to hide, and I want to trust it, but
Same, but I'm not used to it either.
yeah, so I don't know if, from what I've heard from the two of you and what I've seen and how fucking exhausted I am of subterfuge, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. And,
Yeah.
you
Fair,
know,
Matt, we are spies now. So if you have a feeling there's going to be a lot of subterfuge in the future.
yeah, I know, and I'm pissed about it, but, you know, that's why I don't have the energy to be all stealtho secret mode when I'm at home. So I'm just gonna assume.
Trust me, I don't think you'll be stealtho secret mode. I think you'll be the guns blazing if stealtho secret mode fails. And River kind of just places a hand on like Matt's shoulder.
These hands were made for punching, River.
That's how you close that scene.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as that lovely bomb is dropped, Mikhail and Khalees both are currently in the living space. Is there a scene between the two of you?
Are you uncomfortable?
Do you want an honest answer?
Yes.
No,
That's good.
that I'm not comfortable.
That you're honest.
And uncomfortable?
Are you saying uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable, yeah.
It just means that you are distinctly aware of our differences.
I understand that you are a powerful kindred.
Hardly powerful.
I assume that power comes with age.
Power doesn't come with age.
It's what you do within that time.
Well, if that's the case, then with enough time, a thin blood could be as powerful as I could.
If we're being honest here,
We are.
if there was a possibility for me to return to being human, I would do it. But I don't know if that's even possible.
I've heard. I imagine that there are ways, considering how close you are to being lifelike.
Khalees, if you want to.
Imagine like Mikhail just like leaned a little bit away when that happened.
Come through emphasis on life, like
Make me
He's very
a
lifelike.
wits or resolve and streetwise on what rumors. I would say you get 2 extra dice for your connections in the farm because rumor mills often start there.
I got a messy critical.
Oh Jesus Christ! You got 5 successes.
5 successes and a mess.
5 successes
5
with a messy critical.
Oh, I need you to make me a roll of all of your unspent willpower.
You're just gonna bite me.
Yeah, we're just gonna come out after discussing whether or not to trust Khalees.
It's either that or Khalees is gonna be like-
Mikhail.
Either that or Khalees is just like, great, cool, awesome. I'll tell you the thing if you just drink my blood.
3, okay.
With also 2 10s.
2 10s. Any messy or just? Well, they wouldn't be messy. That's fine. View.
It's messy, yeah. So I guess like a
It's not messy again because you don't roll hunger dice in a willpower.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just a critical, which is good
I got a
because
critical success.
you got a critical success for your willpower off of a messy crit. So you have leaned in close, and you can smell that delicious scent. You didn't think it's ever possible, and given your knowledge of the ways that some you've heard Thin Bloods have returned to being human, whether or not they survive long after is an entirely different story, but you're tempted. Just for a moment, there's just this brief image of you drinking from Mikhail because it smells very good.
Smells sad.
Melancholy.
Khalees will lean in and sort of like the eyes are not looking at your face, they're looking at your neck. Sort of like drifting into like almost a daydream as Khalees says, I wonder if I'd do it again. If I would become human. Myself.
Do what again? And like he kind of like he waves like a ringed hand kind of like briefly over your face to kind of see if he can resettle your gaze.
just across in the face.
Khalees, you
Well,
also,
his rings are designed a certain way.
you would know that, well, you've heard rumors that if a Thin Blood kills their sire, does not diablerize, but murders them, that severs that connection and they return to being human. You also have heard other things, such as, if they drink the right alchemical potion, though that has less validity than other rumors that have case studies that are coincidental mostly, but seem to work out.
There are ways to reach humanity that I've heard. Are you curious?
If you're in the right headspace to speak, yes. You look a bit distant.
No, I'm just thinking about how hungry I am.
What is Khalees' hunger?
At 1, but that doesn't matter.
It does not.
I don't know if it's wise to drink something from what other kindred would akin to being dog's blood. It might not taste very good.
Or it might just taste as close to being alive as possible. I don't know. I've never tried it. I can tell you what I know to become human. If you give me a taste.
he like
Bite an eye and nipple.
he like looks like he looks weirded out by that because the times that he's been bitten before, he don't remember those situations. And he'll kind of he looks down towards his rings and he kind of like flexes his fingers a bit. And Khalees, you'll kind of see like these very ornate platinum styled rings that kind of look like varying different types of geometric like sunray designs. And he'll say, do I get to pick how I give you the blood?
Of course. I would never take aggressively.
All right. He kind of he gets up and he's just like, he'll wander around. And he's like, there's not even a kitchen in this place. How am I supposed to get a cup?
A knife is flown from the second floor. No, that's not how you throw that, Randuin.
No, I was gonna say, can this be the part where we come out? Because
Not
I
yet.
believe we have
You guys-
a chalice still.
You guys did also spend a good while talking.
Do I still have the chalice from before?
I'd say it's in your room.
I
but yes.
promise that I won't spill a drop. You
Khalees, you hear that?
open the tap wherever you want to open it, and I will make sure not a drop is spilled.
Right. And then he'll just kind of he looks down. He's just like thinking like, well, if it's just a taste, then what he does is he looks at his one palm, closes his one fist, and he just kind of just quickly does that, and then pulls back.
The rings leave a fine imprint and blood wells from the indents. Khalees, your beast in the back of your mind and gut pulls at that. And your beast also just kind of whispers, you could have just taken it. But this'll do as well.
Khalees will sort of laugh and say, "How aesthetically Catholic of you."
I am Catholic.
And he'll go ahead and partake upon this thin blood's blood to see what is the big deal about it.
This thin blood, if you would.
It's like watered down honey.
Taste the thin blood. And I do some looking up real quick.
Hey, you don't happen to have taste of blood, do you?
Are you using anything in this moment?
Like powers or disciplines?
Yeah, using your filthy blood sorcery.
I have a taste for blood, which allows me to determine the resonance and intensity of the blood if.
You can certainly do that if you wish to.
Sure. 2 successes.
2 successes. Can you remind for me, as I'm currently flipping madly to get to it, what the taste for blood does?
Taste for blood does.
The user dabs their tongue, does the roll.
Yep.
And it says it's a difficulty 3, so I don't do it. With a win, the user can determine the resonance and intensity of blood of human. They can also identify whether the blood belongs to a mortal, ghoul, vampire, or other supernatural creature. Tasting Vitae also determines the relative blood potency of a vampire, and a critical win reveals whether the subject has ever committed diablerie, the generation, and the user knows the supernatural creature in question and can identify the. So I didn't get it anyway.
Okay.
Because I only got
You can
two.
spend willpower to
You could
reroll 3
spend
dice.
Willpower to reroll 3 unspent black dice.
Boom.
Managed to.
God damn you.
So that is so that's not a messy critical,
But
but
it's a critical. Okay. So, what you find as you taste this, and it tastes very melancholy. It's sad. But that's to be expected of a thin blood. You realize
He's just depressed.
It tastes the depression on you.
Depression and thinking,
I'm thinking.
intelligence.
It was just a big old ball of depression and thinking.
But you do.
Is the Nirvana on him?
He is a vampire, though it's almost like just that hint in the background type. He has a thin blood, obviously. He has the relative blood potency of 0, as all thin bloods do. The subject has never committed diablerie, and he is of the 14th generation. It is, well, that last part does not apply because it is not a supernatural creature. Well, outside of a vampire. So,
Interesting.
It tastes.
Cool.
Khalees is like, wow, that was underwhelming.
Yeah. a little
Police will
bit.
pull back and lean back in the couch, sort of like satisfied to have sated that curiosity.
Hmm.
In order to become human, from what I understand,
Wait, they can do that.
what?
And he like holds out his hand. They're gone. Everything's gone.
Yes,
Did I do that or did you do that?
I did that.
All right.
In order to become human, from what I understand, you have multiple options. You can you can kill your sire.
Is that true for all kindred?
No.
Sadly, I don't know where they decided to move Lorem or Rosalinda.
Yes, well, if we find her, then we can just kill her.
I don't think the Camarilla would like that.
Maybe. But she did make you without their permission.
She also probably wouldn't have made me if it wasn't for someone. Never mind.
Yes, well, there are layers. There's also the fabled potion, the alchemical concoction that can theoretically make you human again. But that is, it's more of a theory than anything. Not to say that you can't take your time to use the laboratory to try and strive for such a thing. Just be more of a waste.
He frowns, kind of looks away.
I guess besides that, the only other option is to be as good as you possibly can be. And not harm other people, and not kill your kindred, and
He kind of holds up a hand as you start saying that, and he'll say, the path that Gabriel talked about in the book.
yes. I don't know.
Something about goal something.
Golconda?
That.
Yes, I suppose that is the only other option, but it is so difficult to do. As you get older, it just gets harder to relate to people.
I suppose that I should start getting to work then.
Yes, I suppose so. And I am curious to see if you make it. In fact, if you try and strive for that brilliant potion, that would be, oh, goodness. I wonder if that's what they mean by Thin Bloods bringing about the end of times for all kindred. If you were to somehow make that potion to bring about humanity into kindred, it would be the end of all kindred, wouldn't it?
It would be breaking the curse that Cain put on everyone.
Yes. I'd love to see you try. I'd invest in that.
I'll consider it, but I think that with our new task of being espionage artists, I don't know if I'll have much time.
No, you'll have time.
No, I don't.
I guess if the only other option is to not even try and just go the opposite direction.
No. That's not an option.
It's not an option.
If I have an option to perhaps reverse everything, even if it is a fool's errand, I think that would not only serve me, but it would serve someone else.
Then strive for that. Everybody needs a goal anyway. A drive, an ambition, a desire. It's
The
what keeps us going.
door opens from out into the warehouse where the stairs are up to the second floor. Matt, Randuin, and River all step back in from their conversation. As the five of you stand around about to exchange pleasantries as you walk back in, there is a quick knock and then a opening of the door by one of the security guards. He goes, "Harold's here for you."
I
Shall I?
immediately step forward. Let him in. Let them in.
He nods and then closes the door. You guys,
Lisa's still gonna be sitting on the couch, just chill. Like,
Who's Harold?
Who's Harold?
Mikhail's just trying to rub off the blood off the rings.
you know that Harold is a title in the Camarilla,
Oh,
and that
Sold,
is
I
a title-
forgot.
It's a title given to a kindred that is told to spread the news of the prince when it concerns matters that are kindred in nature.
if it's about the hunt.
oh, good. For a second, I was worried I was in the same understanding boat as Randuin in this situation.
A woman walks in, led in by the security guard, who looks drawn to this person before closing it and heading out. She kind of goes, "Good evening, you all. My name is Evelyn. I am your herald, and also Toreador, for those of you who are new here."
Meet Evelyn the first time you went to Elysium?
You do not.
Oh, so that wasn't the girl that Gwen was friends with?
No.
No, that's the scourge.
Yes, that is
Oh,
a
okay.
scourge.
My bad.
I feel like Khaleesi's just like, this hand motion.
Oh, it's Toreador.
So, I'm your herald for this evening. There are a bunch all throughout the city, letting the Camarilla know. The prince has opened up a blood hunt.
Exciting.
Yes, it is, on 2 members of our kindred society.
Who?
The Ventru Primogen.
Fuck. Fuck you, Theo.
Of Portland? I'm gonna try and finish their sentence.
No, of Amberville.
Really?
So that's Theo's sire that's getting fucked.
River immediately looks at Matt.
I am going to look very confused.
And for what I have gathered, might be real good news for one of our individuals here if the stories are true. Lorem. For openly breaking the masquerade this evening.
This evening?
Yes.
Fuck.
He's barely been out of torpor.
What the fuck?
She was supposed to stay in. What are the charges?
The
They're
charges.
supposed to be
detail,
going
if
after
I
a
may.
different Toreador.
I mean, what the fuck?
Interesting.
What did she do?
Attempted to. The biggest one is a blatant attempt to diablerize in the middle of the evening spotlights. Your friend Viz? Maybe Viz? Is that the right name? The Nosferatu with the dumb car?
Yeah, that's Viz.
That's
She
Viz.
tried to diablerize him.
Yes.
Is Viz still standing?
He was able to get away. But a stake came very close to his heart.
Goodness.
Dude, that's crazy.
A
Do you know
stake from
why?
her?
That would be the most likely source, unless there was another individual that Viz failed to mention to us, which, as far as he knows, there
You know
wasn't.
why? Curious. Why is the Primogen?
Oh, that is due to a bit of a cover-up being done that went south, and the Second Inquisition may have accidentally gotten their hands on information they shouldn't have from this Primogen.
The Primogen is Theodore's sire.
We understand.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, not to me. I understand.
Curious.
There are equal actions being taken for the Portland Primogen. Not quite the same, but actions being taken. So,
Is that all?
for the moment, is there anything I need to take back to our lovely prince?
How many people are participating in the hunt?
Right now, I have 2 coteries and about a handful of individuals. One of which is Viz, obviously. He's welcome to when he gets patched up.
Interesting. Thank you for letting us know.
Mm-hmm. I will let you know if
What
anything
are the
changes.
rules of this blood hunt as
Diablo?
it stands?
As it stands now, it is, as long as you do not break the masquerade, it is kill, diablerize, whatever you do on site.
This is interesting. But thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. General.
Just a little
And we
hunting.
tried so hard to keep her alive for no reason.
I don't think it was for no reason. I think it was every reason because you tried hard to keep her alive. That effort did not go unnoticed, regardless of whether
was
she
supposed to be one of the prince's messengers before all this.
times
We
are
did what we
changing.
were asked by the prince.
I want to know what she said to Viz.
We may or may not participate in the hunt. We might have to decide that, but thank you.
Very well. If you need me, the sheriff can pass on a message or give you my number. I know you all work closely with him. Until next time.
Good evening.
When she leaves, Khalees is going to stand up. Well, what an opportunity this has brought us.
Should we
What
go
the
check
fuck?
on
Fuck's
Viz?
sake.
Randuin, did you want to check on Viz? I heard that.
Oh, I was gonna say, should we go check on Viz?
I want to
If
know
you-
what she talked about with him. There could be a reason.
McKay,
And like he stops when you say his name, but like he's looking at Randuin knowingly.
McKay. Considering what you want to do, this is the easiest way to do it. However,
To save myself, but not to save someone else.
However, if she dies, not by your hand, then your only option is the long path.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. You're being awful ominous.
Please.
Okay. All right. We
And with a
I will ask for explanations later. There's a blood hunt we need to participate in. We need to prepare.
we don't need to participate in it, we can just let it happen. But if we take advantage of some of these hunts, we could possibly get some assets that we would not normally get, especially if we try and get the Primogen.
That's fair.
I mean, a Primogen?
I believe that you should take every opportunity to rise above your station. And if we take out the Primogen, we'd certainly be looked at with quite a sparkly eye.
And
Yeah, I
favor.
think we'd make some fucking waves.
I think it
Okay.
will get us one step closer to what we talked about the other day. With what was her name again?
Miriam.
But at the same time, I would say we should see how Leo, or yeah, it's Leo, right?
Theo.
Thea.
Yeah.
Theo, not Leo. I knew I said this, said it wrong. But how
Hey,
Theo
we have a
felt
bot in the
about it.
chat.
Heyo, bot in the chat.
Hey,
Bam, 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 bam.
Let's
get
go.
big
Virgil.
follows.
Get
We're
big
big
follows.
streamers now.
We're big.
Don't worry
Sometimes
about
I
it.
feel like those things are like sent in by Amazon to bait people that are like weak-minded.
Probably.
Um,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean,
There goes our Amazon sponsorship.
Damn it.
hoping-
Well, and we were never going to get that because the first episode we tried to threaten Jeff Bezos, so.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Matt
on
had very
stream.
strong. That wasn't on stream.
No,
It wasn't on stream, yeah.
wasn't on stream.
So,
It is now.
I mean,
Okay, so before we decide if we want to participate in this blood hunt or not, we do have to consider that there are other coteries and individuals looking for these two people.
Yes, because
So if
an
we wanna
open
act
hunt
now.
like this and the allowance of diablerie could, again, uplift someone past their station.
And it puts a time constraint on things.
We
So-
might only be
So-
able to pick one.
how exactly does Diablerie work if you do it
You
with somebody?
consume.
Well, no, I get that. We had a conversation about that. But I mean, like, I'm, like, for example, not all of us are Ventru. This person's a Ventru. If you diabrize a Ventru, does that make you part Ventru, or how does that
It
work?
turns you completely into a Ventru.
You are what you eat.
And
well,
your power rises accordingly to where that kindred was at.
Hmm.
So, if they are closer to Cain and you diablerize them, you will become closer to Cain and subsequently more powerful. It is a play. It's a very strategic play. Though you have to deal with a lot of the, from what I understand, of course, that you have to deal with the soul sort of bothering you a little bit, and your visage will change a little bit.
That doesn't sound very good.
I don't think we have time for the metaphysical conversation. So, Randuin, you and Mikhail want to check on Viz.
If we can, I'd like to. But also, I am taking what you said into account, that if we're going to act, we do have to do so quickly.
I guess it depends. We can't really save them unless
And we have to choose our target because if we split up, we're good as dead.
It's true.
So, first question, are we doing this or not?
Well, I find it very likely that if we're taking on Lorum, that Claymore lady would not be far behind. So that potentially could be fighting 2 vampires instead of 1.
But we're 5.
Promise.
That is true. But we don't know how strong either of them are.
Also fair.
And the Primogen is definitely a tough number.
the Primogen would be a high risk, high reward situation.
We'll get into that conversation a little later, but all right, do we vote?
I think we should participate in the hunt.
I also think we should participate in the hunt.
I think so
I
as
don't
well.
think it would reflect well to abstain.
I feel like it would be unfair to Matt to abstain from the hunt.
Okay,
What?
you do not have to participate.
I want to know why she did what she did and what she tried to do.
Not many
That doesn't
people.
necessarily mean you'll get answers.
Not many people are going to do that. Which means that there may be coteries that are, and other individuals that are going to be finding her first before we do. We either hear it from Viz's mouth or we hear it from the horse's mouth. Either way, her life is on a timer.
I guess I do have a question for you if we're going to be going through with this, Mikhail.
He'll look over towards you.
Are you wanting to be a Ventru or a Toreador?
I don't want to be either. And I don't think that, even with what you said, Khalees, that if I were to kill my sire, that I would become human again.
What?
That can happen?
Yes, it can.
Oh gosh.
I don't think that's
There's
going.
no way that's been proven, has it?
I don't know. Theo talked about it to River.
What? Do you think
No,
it's impossible?
I'm not saying that it's impossible, but frankly, even if you could, even if any of us could,
No.
what would be the point? If we carried on knowledge from unlife to life, do you really think that we're going to be hunky-dory? Go back to whatever we could? Yes, you're a special case, Mikhail, but you know what?
Can I finish?
Yes.
Sorry.
Of course.
I said that even if that was an option for me to become human again, that will not fix the possibility of helping Miriam.
That is
My
true.
wa- He'll look towards Matt because that's a name that he's been flinging around that's new to Matt. And he'll say, my wife.
The one
Well-
from the roof.
Yes.
I don't know how much help you think you can do there.
Sorry.
If we're going to go through with what was discussed, I feel like the strongest move for getting help from Miriam would be to go for the Primogen. But that is assuming that we can take them.
Do
I'm
we?
not sure if we can.
Typical hunts. How long do you think? On average, how long does a kindred possibly last when a hunt is called?
When a hunt is called, a typical kindred.
Yeah, would you say we have a day, or do we have 3 hours? You know what I mean?
You know that it kind of depends on the kindred, and it kind of depends on the clan, and it kind of depends on the generation.
I think Lorem probably doesn't have tonight.
You know that you can reasonably say that most.
If Lorem was sired by Noelle, she's the same generation as me.
You
She'd be 13th generation.
Yeah, but she's clearly an idiot. So
you
On top of that,
I
on
mean,
top
you
of
right.
that, she decided to make enemies with Viz, who probably has the most connections of any vampire we've met.
Well, here's
Don't
the thing.
mess with a Nosferatu.
Well, no, here's the thing, meta-wise. The reason why I wanted information from Lorem / Rosalinda is because she came from Miriam. Miriam also knows Viz. I'm wondering if there's some sort of weird connection there and why she decided to attack Viz of all people.
Yeah, because
we were under.
they
I mean, we
all
were
from
also
the
under.
same place.
We were also under the impression that Lorem was not of her own mind, and that the actions that she was doing was not of her own mind. There is no guarantee that if we go talk to her that she's still going to be of her own mind to be able to articulate whatever conspiracy is happening here.
Yeah,
That's
she is
true.
very bloodbound.
And even if she is of her own right mind, that doesn't mean she's going to give the answers when facing death.
She
Blood
has.
doesn't lie.
I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, she's gonna die.
Yeah.
And you know that, Khalees, that'll probably happen this evening, whether you are the ones doing it or not. The Primogen is probably more resourceful. He might.
He has money. He has resources. He even has people on his side that might be able to ferry him out.
Yes.
You know that good
Vanderbilt.
venture privilege.
He's also got a few, at least one, Bloodbound kindred to him, so he has.
Yeah, at least one.
So
The
Khalees
Primogen
is go-
probably would last longer.
yeah.
Maybe
so
a week
I
if he's lucky, but last longer.
believe that it would be in our best interest to go try and find Laura. Now, if you find Viz, and if Viz is as resourceful as I believe he is, he may already be hot on the trail. And Laura will not last this night. So we either find Viz and hopefully catch the trail, or we find Laura ourselves.
Doesn't Viz need some time to like recover and fix his wounds before he goes hunting?
Perhaps.
I guess
But if
it's-
he's angry,
Yeah, if Viz got attacked tonight, right?
Yes.
Then Viz cannot recover from his wounds until at least tomorrow.
Yes.
But
and
that
no.
doesn't stop. But
That doesn't stop him.
stop him from either fighting through the pain and trying to enact vengeance, or the coteries that are after Lorem.
Sure. I guess like
Is-
I was just assuming meta-wise based on
Yeah.
what Fen said that Viz wouldn't
Yeah.
be an active playing card.
he might not be an active playing card, but he may have already led people along the way. He's a
Yeah.
Nosferatu. Motherfucker probably has connections like that. So we either use him and say, hey, we feel real bad about what just happened. We defended Lorem and she did this, and we need to, we want to make this right. Do you have any idea of where she is? And could you let us make this right for you? I think that would be the best way, especially if Viz has some sort of connection or an idea of where she might have ran off to.
Yeah.
Plus, Viz is our friend, more or less.
Yes, and
I have Viz's phone number.
and I think that if you frame it that way, I think that would put us in a better spot, because Viz might, if some people call Viz and say, hey, where's she at? He might direct them elsewhere. So that way it would give us an opportunity to get ahead and get ahead of other coteries.
And we'd have the advantage.
Yes.
Okay, so I can.
Sorry.
What's up? Oh, go for
I was
it.
gonna say we should probably start with the phone call.
Yeah.
Then start.
Then why don't we take a quick break?
Okay.
And we'll come back with that.
Good. Good.
I can have curry.
I'm gonna have a spring roll.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break and go bio, be human. So we suggest you all do the same. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. There is. We'll see.
5 minutes. We just need to make a bowl. That's all.
Smoothly 8 minutes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, 8 minutes sounds good.
BRB, y'all.
Yay.
Oh
That
my
way I'm not
gosh.
completely.
Dude,
useless.
welcome back,
Yes.
everybody.
Wait, can you make more than one of those hands?
What?
So Thin Blood alchemists have to pick what type of alchemist that they are. Kyle, because he was a drug user before, he uses his body as the mixing vessel.
That doesn't really answer my question.
It only
Just
affects
inject
him.
some oregano, some pasta.
Yeah, he basically injects the stuff into himself, so therefore he is the beneficiary of
It's
that.
not a vial.
Yeah, it's
No,
not a
no,
vial.
no,
Also, thank
no,
you
no, no,
for
no, no, no.
following Clearly False.
I'm saying because you could have
Yes.
we could make you really good with guns, and then give you 8 floating hands, and you'll have an arsenal of guns floating behind you that you can shoot.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Shadow's Embrace. We've been on a tangent for the past about 5 minutes.
This isn't
about
parslings.
This is not Parslings. First off, Parslings is a fantastic game. It's currently on Kickstarter. Go check it out. No, I'm kidding. But on a very real note,
Nice segue.
yeah, good, right? Perfect shilling out for a stream that doesn't actually have any involvement with the actual fucking thing.
Hey, you could be a vampire parceling.
You could.
Anyway.
Still off
What are
topic.
we doing?
We're diving back into it. Before the break, we were talking about a blood hunt. So that means people are going to get murdered. And our coterie is currently deciding if they want to partake and where they need to find the individual. that
We're
they
gonna
need
call
to kill.
Viz.
So, a phone call with Viz, the Nosferatu with the ridiculous car.
It's a nice card.
Who is, before the break, was to be revealed to be attacked by Lorem.
Yes.
She has a name now.
By calling.
It's okay.
Who wants to
It's
call?
It's Rosalinda.
yeah, Rosalinda.
But it's also
It's about to be dead to me.
no Rosamunda.
A Rosamunda?
Rosamunda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rosamunda
Oh,
Dame McYellen.
I guess I'll call them.
She's about to be dead.
Not,
Somebody call Viz.
I mean,
call
I
Viz,
have
or
I have
Matt.
his number, but if you want to call Viz, go for it.
It's ringing.
You know, you could put it on speakerphone.
Hey.
I don't know what that is.
Hey, Viz. How
Yeah,
you feeling?
I've been better.
Yeah. You just heard.
So there's a blood hunt, yeah?
Yup.
Is your little party over there going to take part?
Yeah, we are.
Is he doing okay?
Right.
I want you to know this. We are legitimately concerned for your health, and that is one of the main reasons we called.
I do appreciate the concern for my well-being. I am, well, outside of a, hole in the middle of my back, I'm not doing too bad. All things considered.
What?
Thanks, man.
The car make it out okay?
Oh, Earth just made it out just fine. She was probably the least damaged out of everything.
Matt viciously flipping off the rest of the room.
Mikhail sighs.
Viz, we want to help out. We want to help make this right for you.
I
We're
would-
wondering if you had any way to assist us in doing
Let me, you kind of hear some pages turning, you hear kind of, as he shifts, kind of looks through some things. You got pen and paper handy?
that. Always pulls out his pocketbook because he's an old man.
He gives you an address. That's her hideout. She's asked me to take her there a couple times. So I assume she's probably there, if anywhere.
I'm the first one that's called you, Viz.
First one that's convinced me to give out the location that she's probably at.
Oh, thanks, and do me a favor.
I can do my best.
Keep being hard to convince for the rest of the night.
Is this a favor I can call upon later?
Yeah, I'm good for it.
Very well. I shall make a note. And I will be very hard to reach for the rest of the evening, unless it's a certain set of numbers.
Appreciate it. I'll let you know how it goes.
I look forward to it. I will be around.
Fantastic.
All right, let's go.
Please tell me you didn't.
I've owed a lot of people many over the years. I'm not too worried about owing Viz one.
Think of worse people to be indebted to.
Were there specifics?
Was she of her right mind when she was doing that?
Making the realization he missed a lot of questions he maybe should have asked.
Wait, what happened?
River asked if there are specifics,
And
then
Mikhail asked, was she in her right mind? And we just started laughing because Matt forgot all of that.
I'm sorry. I was being rushed by a room full of angry people. I figured I'd get a location and get off the phone.
Well, I guess
Okay.
we'll go to find out directly from the horse's mouth.
how
Mikhail, are you
yes.
eating a magnet?
he just kind of like looks up. Can we just say some of the laboratory stuff arrived?
Oh, sure. For the sake of this.
He looks up from like he's holding a lighter over a spoon, and he just looks over and he's
Wait, what?
he's just trying. I'm trying. It's a heroin reference. Previous heroin addict. Kind of look over and he's like, "No, I'm just bored, waiting for you to finish up."
Well, I guess it's time for us to go.
Why do you light silver around fire when you're bored?
Sorry I took so long. Apparently it's a crime to exchange
How-
pleasantries with a friend who almost died.
How are we traveling? I have my bike.
I have a car.
We have multiple vehicles.
I have my
Wait.
pixie dust.
You can also say for the sake of
You
things.
run with your
I mean-
wolven kind.
Didn't they give us cars when they dropped us off here?
There were
No.
your vehicles there. There were no.
It was
extra-
our vehicle, so like
Oh.
Kale's vehicle, River's motorcycle, and I have a
Okay.
chauffeur.
Okay.
But he's currently busy moving shit, so I'm not gonna bother him.
Matt, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I guess all the blood sorcerers get to go in the car.
We probably should walk the last bit. I imagine she'll be listening for the sounds of a motorcycle.
And she'll recognize my car.
And a few blocks away, and then we'll sneak our way in.
Exactly.
All right. As
Very
the evening progresses, you all make your ways in your various modes of transportation. Could I get a wits and awareness from the party?
Wits and aware. Wits
Wits
awareness.
and a
Wits
and
Wits and a wooness.
Wits and wares?
Wits and wages.
I really didn't like wits and oohness.
I got
wits and who's?
0. That's
0.
good, right?
Did you get?
And-
Did you get any bestial?
2 successes.
No, Julian, you got
No.
1.
Oh yeah, you got 0.
I got
I
0.
got
2, 2, 0, 0, 1.
Sorry, Jesse and I are rolling in the same roll 20. So
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
2. So everybody except for Khalees. Khalees,
I'm not driving, so I'm not looking.
Khalees is too busy
I don't
judging
even know
the
how
interior of
this
my sedan.
metallic stallion works.
It's not a stallion.
I'm gonna,
You've been in cars before.
I need to look
That
up
doesn't
what my
mean I
car
know
is.
how they work.
Sit
Sit in them and they move.
Yes, just accept that they're just sitting in and they move. You press the pedal. it goes.
Khalees and Randuin are having a quick yet annoyed discussion about cars.
as they're driving. For everyone, with the exception of Khalees, who's probably very adamantly explaining not to worry about it. You all see at a stoplight as you guys are turning the corner, as you guys make your way, you turn a corner in the lane next to you, going straight, in a very nice high-end Mercedes. Theo. He looks over at you, gives the weird half smile thing he does, and drives off, going straight.
Towards the same place we're going?
No, you guys are turning
Okay.
looking right. He's going a different
Oh, that could have been a potential encounter, but just because we decided not to go the Primogen route, he's not gonna fuck with us.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet.
Do you ever get the feeling that not doing something is going to be the most regrettable thing you've ever done?
The autosave button comes up on the lower right-hand corner of the screen
River
again.
just says.
Theo will remember this.
River just replies every single day of my life. Hold on tight.
You guys make your way
Zoomies.
about a block away from the address, which is it's on the outskirts of Amber West, Camarilla territory, on the western kind of edge where it kind of peters out into hills that are too steep to really be settled, per se. There's a small collection of kind of short one-story houses that are kind of, some are longer than others, some look to be like two houses have been ramshackly joined together. This neighborhood is kind of the less great place in the West, but it's still technically Camarilla territory. You're able to make up the last few feet on foot. As you do so,
Now I
think-
want to use Sense the Unseen.
I think River found some boots because I think if Lorem is paranoid, she would be expecting heals from River.
I would say River keeps a set of boots in the glove compartment of the motorcycle.
If I may interrupt just before we get crazy about this, considering that Lorem doesn't know who I am, and if she is up there, that I may take the front.
I'm guessing Lorem's going to be jumping at the sight of any kindred they see. But sure.
Well,
go.
if she jumps out the window, someone could be at the fire escape.
I'll be at the fire escape.
Wouldn't I be the best option?
No.
No.
Come with me. After all, if what you want is truly what you want, then you need to have the first blow and the final one. Come now.
Fine. Kyle, go. Luis. Randuin, you want to be with?
Randuin,
Whichever one you guys think I'll be able to help you guys the most. I'm mainly just trying to make sure there's nobody else trying to encroach on this and that we're not actively already letting Lorem know of our
I
presence.
believe it's Wits and Auspex.
Is already running away
Yes, wits
in
and
the woods.
aspects.
For your Sense the Unseen.
Could I activate heightened senses sight and
Certainly.
look around?
A Wits
And that's
awareness
wits awareness plus Auspex, yeah?
Yep.
Coolio.
Need more dice.
That is just about the best roll you could get. I got 3 10s and a 1. The 1 is on a hunger die.
Nice. You're still
Two
fine.
successes.
5 successes from you, 2 successes from you. Neither of you see anything, though, that is abnormal for the area. You see, people, not a lot of people, but there's a couple people walking the streets. You see a few people kind of giving awkward glances as they're. Some of you kind of stand out a little bit for the general wealth of this neighborhood, which is not very. Most of you fit in. Outside of that, however, there's nobody that really strikes you as kindred. Nobody that strikes you as kindred with the intent to do harm. You were Sense the Unseen. You think you see something for the briefest of seconds, Randuin, but then you think it's maybe just your eyes playing a trick on you.
Do
When-
I acknowledge that there was something there? But
You're not
or
sure-
that there could be something there?
You're not sure if it was something or it was just a play of the light? Because it's just...
Last
When-
time it wasn't a play of the light. I think Randuin would say something. They'd be like, hey, we might be being watched, but I'm not quite sure.
When
I think I saw something.
when we start approaching the apartment and stuff like that, I want to make it known right up front that I'm going to use Silence of Death to mask my footsteps and the sound that I make, so that way it only sounds like Mikhail is coming.
Could I potentially use a sneak roll?
Yes. You can
Or
also
stealth
make
roll, sorry.
We should all do
With
that, I
a
think.
silent movement.
I'd say anybody can make a stealth roll that wishes to.
Cloak of Shadows
What's
only
stealth?
comes if I'm not moving, right?
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why Mikhail. It's okay if Mikhail is
Would
known.
this count as breaking in?
Not yet for you.
Because I have the stealth specialization for break-ins.
I was gonna say
Not
it's
quite.
okay if Mikhail is known to be there, because you can easily argue that you're going there because you're concerned about your sire, right?
Yeah, that's
But
why I
everybody
said
else
isn't it
can
a
be
good idea if I go.
Yeah, that's why you going is fine. Me, Silence of Deathing means that she's not gonna necessarily know that I'm there.
Question for
Would I
stealth,
get
would
the
we use
extra-
dexterity?
What's up?
Sorry. When rolling stealth, is it dexterity
Yes,
stealth
dexterity
or just pure stealth? Okay.
Would I get the extra dice from silent movement specialty? I do want to be quiet if I'm going towards the fire escape.
Yeah, that makes sense.
2 successes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend a willpower, even though I'm pretty good. I just want a bit of extra.
I also got 2 successes.
Okay.
And Matt's gonna look at Randuin and say, Randuin, you go with River.
Good to me.
Actually, no, I don't want to spend willpower. I have 3 successes. Because I have a critical on the messy dot on the hunger. And I'm like, I don't want to risk that. Well, no, actually, it's not a critical. It's a success. Ooh. Yeah, fuck it. I'll spend the willpower. I'll do it. Okay.
Emotional whiplash.
So sorry. My goodness.
And then Matt will look at
I will just like to say to everybody that it's very well possible that Lorem already knows we're here.
Yes, it is.
It happens.
I'm going with Khalees and Mikhail.
Be careful.
That's the worst that can happen.
She comes out with a claymore and rips through the 2 of you like tissue paper.
She doesn't look like the type to carry a claymore.
We've already seen it.
You haven't
It's
seen
big.
the owl lady yet.
Toreador, so dramatic.
You're telling me.
I don't think the one's a Toreador.
So,
We can find out later when we can get our hands on large amounts of their blood.
Just
Or their hands.
people here.
you all make your
I got my Kyle's like, can we not kill, please?
You all make your way up to the front door. Who knocks?
Did Matt stealth as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got 2 successes.
Yep.
Okay, so then I guess I'm the one that's knocking.
Okay.
Matt's got Beatrice.
As you knock.
Is that her name?
We're like on either side of the door, probably.
It's a solid steel hatchet that Matt carries as his sidearm.
I thought this was the dog we were talking about.
I don't think I have my dog yet. That was
Not
happening
yet.
at the time
Yes,
skip.
Yep, that is happening after the session.
Beatrice is my axe.
Yep. So you knock on the door. Nothing happens for a moment. You hear the quiet shuffle of footsteps. You see Lorem open it and look at you and go, "Oh,
I know you weren't expecting me.
come here." And she kind of reaches out and grabs your hand and yanks you inside.
Yeah, the moment. You
guys might want to let this happen.
Do you want that to be your reaction?
So, okay, because she's gonna close the door immediately after.
You can surmise. So what do you want to do? She's
Matt's-
kind of mid-grab.
This is Khalees's power play, so Matt's looking to Khalees to take the lead.
Khalees is gonna hold his hand up to let it happen.
Okay. She yanks you inside, Mikhail. Slams the
Okay.
door quietly, like the rush until you get the last second, and then softly shutting it.
Right.
Why are you here?
I want to know what you did and why you did it.
Oh, please. I think that's enough. Because I was told to.
I understand that. That puts you in a shitty position.
Yeah, welcome to being a kindred. Why do you care?
I wanted answers.
Huh? You want
I
answers?
wanted answers
About what?
about why they wanted you to do that to me.
To cause chaos. I don't know. I don't get told why.
There has to be some sort of reason. You don't seem like that much of an idiot.
It's not that I'm an idiot. It's called blood binding. You get told to do things through your blood bond. You do them because you're implored to do so by the blood inside you.
You don't need to stop at that. You don't think. You don't think why.
You don't get the opportunity to. You just go, I have to fulfill this task. As much as I'd love to stop and think, I don't get the time to ask questions. They don't give it to me. So it doesn't matter anyway.
You try to resist.
Of course I try to resist. I'm able to talk to you right now because of it. And it's why I waited the entire car ride for it to happen.
Why were you even... Look, I hardly know anything about what blood binding is or why you're blood bound to them. Why did you resist this blood bond to even listen to her? To do what you did to me?
Resist this blood bond to us? No. If the blood bond doesn't ask something of you, you're free to do what you want as long as it's not against their will. And their will is however vague or specific they make it. It's when the blood bond comes knocking that you lose that will.
Right. And kind of like he's gonna try to like reach out to like put his hands on both of her shoulders as best as he can. It's like, listen, I understand the circumstances behind it. Our meeting were not wonderful. And despite what happened over this past 6 months, I don't remember. We were past that. What I think you need to do is try to get your case. Why this Primogen in Portland is trying to cause chaos in another princess domain? Why aren't you trying to do that? Or were you just sitting here waiting for people to kill you?
Why would I not try to plead my case? I was in Torpor, if you don't remember. And
I meant after what happened with this.
because the prince doesn't care.
He swallows hard at that.
Ben, could you check the Discord?
I'm good.
I'm assuming that's a yes.
You can certainly try.
Can we hear this since we're right outside the door?
You can also make me a wits and awareness roll.
Yeah, I imagine that they're like kiss whispering at each other.
Yeah.
Hisper.
Whispering. That's a good word.
Okay. 4. Ooh.
Again, you've done well enough to survive as long as you have. I don't even know how old of a kindred you are. But why wouldn't you at least try?
Try to resist.
No, try to ensure your survival.
Ensure my survival. Why would I want to do that?
Because if you wanted death, you would have walked out into the sun.
The beast dictated otherwise the first 3 times I tried to do that. So I stopped trying. And that was years ago.
Why? What happened years ago that made you want to do it? Was it the Primogen, or was it this
Being a kindred.
just being kindred?
Not a life I really wanted.
Didn't Noel keep force this on you?
Not intentionally. That's probably why he doesn't remember it.
Why is this that everyone keeps forgetting everything?
All
Do
the
you mean
pa-
to,
It's a thing Ventru often do because they're assholes.
do you mean to tell me that your Primogen did some sort of coercing to your sire? To make you.
Didn't I was not coerced. My sire was not coerced to be made.
To make you,
It was not. No,
but he was made to forget it.
he was.
So there must be some sort of cards that were in play involving you. Do you not see that?
I see plenty of that. I see if you want to go back through those events that are kind of shitty and not really that fun. In a active, I can only consider a rage, and I realize now the beast taking control.
Rosebud, what was so special that happened in Prague?
What happened in Prague?
Do you remember anything that happened in Prague?
I remember most of what happened in Prague. I went to an art gallery one evening because they had a late night showing, and I'm a creature of the night most nights, both before and after my turning. And after the show, Noki took a fancy to me because, I don't know, he was high off of somebody else's blood. Couldn't tell you. And then he, in an act that I can only assume the beast taking control, decided to turn me. Well, first he drained me, then realized he had drained me, and turned me.
He was
Embraced
made
me.
to forget.
Yeah. Because there was another kindred there. The sheriff of Prague at the time, who found us.
And what did
using
they
my
want?
They're gonna do what they almost did to you, which is stake you and leave you out in the sun. But I assume that probably just hurt a lot for you because of thin blood. Anyway.
Is there anything that you want to tell me? Think of it like a confession. Because I'm not going to stop you from not wanting to live anymore. In fact, there are several people outside that I'm sure that would probably love to end here.
What would I like to say? As a confession to the priest of good faith.
I never became fully a priest.
He never finished seminary.
Actually, I'm just a friar, so I can say whatever I like, damn it.
I don't see how that's relevant right now.
Well, she's not a priest, though.
Oh. No, but it was somebody else in the family did, right?
Browsborough. Yes, technically two of my brothers.
Runs in the family. You've asked a lot about this whole blood bond thing. The blood bond was a response to my being sired. Because I could be used as a pawn in a game. Like we all are. We're all just pawns, Mikhail. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I already have.
Good. You're a lot wiser
going
than
to-
I am.
He kind of like he tightens his grip a little bit on her shoulders. Kind of gives like one small shake to get her to look at him.
Do you really want to die? Fully.
I don't have a choice at this point. And the beast will always say otherwise. You know that.
I could drive you. Go to Canada.
And they'd just come for you too.
size. I don't think I can do any rolls to convince her otherwise. Like, he's trying to be a good person because he doesn't see reason in needless death.
I guess my question is at this point, is this conversation petering off in a way that there's no return right now?
As in, no return for...
As in, Mikhail has gotten all the information that he could possibly get out of her without encouragement.
Without encouragement, yes.
I mean, I could just roll that sweet persuasion because I thought my confession line was good.
You can roll. I think you should try and roll a persuasion to see if you can get any more information.
Yeah,
but
you
like,
can certainly try.
I think if you fail to get more information, Khalees is gonna make a motion for Max to break the door down.
Cool.
I would say, also referencing our wits and awareness rolls earlier, Khalees, you're able to hear it because you are just outside the door. From the fire escape, you cannot unfortunately hear anything distinguishable due to the fact that you are also outside and there are a lot of noises outside that are conflicting with your ability to parse out the information.
As if the door breaks down, River's
Oh yeah, you'll know. You'll know when it's go time.
Ben,
yeah.
Was the blur that I saw, the trick of the light, was it at all familiar to the one that I saw in River's place that one night? Would I have noticed any resemblance?
It's a vague similarity, but also you're still not sure that it's not just something playing a trick on you. Like something weird happening. You can't...
Well, there's definitely trickery, that's for sure. But I was just wondering... wondering if I would be able to draw the conclusion that was very likely either Miriam or someone else doing a similar trick.
Could be, if it is somebody doing
But you can neither confirm nor deny it.
Fuck you, Joser, if it's you. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna blame every shadow on Joser. I got 3 successes.
Okay. Just gonna see what those. Let's see. That's good. Good success. I will tell you this.
So fresh, so Joser.
Joser.
The Primogen of Portland will probably survive whatever action we'll take against him. He's done so far. And he'll keep outrunning whatever damnation should befall him. This music's still loud. Sorry. I've got to turn it down. Outside of that, Shyvana might not be a bad contact for you to make.
The Owl Lady.
Yes.
Does she know mercy?
I'm not quite sure. You'd have to ask.
Everyone's losing their goddamn minds.
How do I get in contact with her?
There's a barn not far from your little... The little... what do you guys call it? Farm here? There's an abandoned place not far from there. In the woods. You should be able to find her there.
Alright.
His one hand will slip from her shoulder and kind of briefly like kind of like lightly touch around her neck.
She kind of leans back a little bit, but doesn't shift out of your grasp.
Do I need to roll anything to resist justice?
Oh, that funny little thing, Justice. You know when the time is right, and now would be the perfect time for the person that caused you this problem to meet their end, because they've caused nothing but pain for you and your family. I need you to roll me all of your unspent willpower. You will... I will...
It's at a difficulty 2.
Yes.
Power is flat. Four successes. Technically a critical.
Okay.
You resist.
I resist.
But
Doesn't mean you can't still do it. You just
No, I know.
the choice is up to you.
I feel like, and you guys can burst down the door in like 2 seconds, because I'm sure you guys are just like, is he gonna do it? Mikhail kind of like, he tightens like ever so slightly, and then he'll say, if she was here, she might have done it herself. Given what you did. And his fingers clench ever so slightly.
Who?
If I do this, I can't say no.
And you can as that.
So I won't.
Matt busts the door. The fingers snap, and the sound hasn't cleared the hallway before the door is splinters.
The door splinters and breaks open.
River turns off heightened senses just as.
Yeah. Just as the snaps happen.
Just
When
as
the
the
noise
snap
happens,
happens.
I'm just going to assume
And River
stealth
is
no
running
longer an
up
issue. Yeah, we're
the
going.
fire escape. I assume that Randuin and River were halfway up.
Yeah.
That's logical. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you both enter through the front door, you see Mikhail clutching at the front of Lorem or Rosamunda.
I toss Randuin a knife.
As you go up.
I'll catch it.
I see
I'm
we
gonna
have
need
a
that.
choice that we need to make now, don't we?
I already made my choice.
Can I open the window?
In a moment here.
Jump through the window.
What did you say?
Huh?
What did you say? I didn't hear it.
Oh, he said, I've already made my choice.
You're not going to do it then?
No. I'm not going to be present.
I don't think he believes the stories.
You guys are off the wall.
I'm sorry. Chat, audience, I am so sorry. This Discord's has been lit for a bit. And,
The peanut gallery has been loud in the Discord while the story's been going.
to explain the joke, Nate just typed, River has given Randy is free. My apologies, I will mute myself.
No, you're fine. I forget what I was going to say. Something.
She said he doesn't believe the stories.
I do believe the stories. That's why I'm making the choice. And kind of like, is Randuin and River like in the window with murderous intent in their eyes, or is fucking Matt
Okay,
there?
the only people who have murderous intent in their eyes is probably Matt and River.
Yeah.
Not murderous. Just a
Murderous.
a cold determination of what needs to be done.
I'm sitting there with a
River.
knife in my hand, like holding it
We're
like
just-
this. I'm all excited to
I'm just
fight.
speaking in the sense of you have the option to stop it all right now. You can end it. You can be human again.
So what?
that Matt can take that knife to my throat 2 seconds later.
Oh, I wouldn't kill you like that.
We are koshery.
I suppose you wouldn't be
I have a
considering
perfectly
anymore.
good axe to use. Why would I use a knife?
Tonight's special is everybody doing their Matt impression.
We're all very good at it.
We all are.
If I can't get a hip bone, what's the point?
Kind of looks and goes, yeah, why don't you? I've heard those
Because then
rumors.
I wouldn't be a part of the Coterie anymore. And again, I said I wouldn't be able to save her.
Oh, why not?
Because I can't use my body to create the concoction.
You can use your body for other things, though.
Oh, gross. Okay, Mikhail, are you still invested in this, or like, can I get crazy?
He kind of like his brows like furrow because like I think like the concept of murder is not
You
very.
don't have to sit here. You don't have to sit
I'm not.
to watch it. I'm just telling you, you don't have
I'm not. And his hand will kind of just slowly leave her neck.
Come. Let's walk to the hall. Let Matt do it.
And like I think like he looks to like Rosmundo one last time, and he'll say,
I think you're right about that. About her.
Whatever could you mean?
I might want to think about it.
he turns away.
She won't have long to.
Can Randuin and River just be in the room as potentially Mikhail and Khalees walk into
Yeah,
the
I
hallway?
would say about the end of that conversation is when both of you slide your way in through the window. And you're able to catch that piece as Khalees and Mikhail exit into the hallway. Lorem kind of turns, oh, nice to see you made it.
Yeah.
I'd like to say the feeling's mutual, but I feel like I feel like I wasted a lot of effort to try and keep you alive.
I know, it's a shame, but blood bonds are fickle things.
So the blood bond made you attack Biz.
Yeah, why wouldn't it have? Do you think I would have just openly attacked one of the arguably most notable individuals in Amberville?
With your recent decisions, I really don't expect anything smart from you anyway, so...
Yeah, you don't exactly have a good track record in the whole like intelligence category.
Well, when your decisions are made, when your decisions are being made for you, intelligence doesn't need to be your strong suit.
River walks so that they are right next to Matt.
Are we at like the top of some sort of staircase or something, or are we
you
like?
guys went through up a fire escape and then through the window outside of it, type deal.
Okay, so we're like a little bit up, but like so we would drop down or something.
Yeah, you'd like step in through the window and then you'd step down. So
yeah. So then I guess I'll follow.
Any last requests? Anything you want to tell? You want to tell Noelle or anything?
Tell him I miss him.
What was that?
Can I make a wits insight check on that?
Yeah, I want to see if I want to see if he's they're
That fits a very different narrative from what I was told.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you could have rolled wits insight this entire time, but like
I didn't hear what was said.
Tell him I miss him is what Lorem said, or Rosemary.
Okay.
Wits inside.
I'll find it later. It's fine.
Holy guacamole, that's a big roll for me.
Insight. Woo! Okay, that is 4 successes.
3 successes.
All right. What are you looking for with these insights?
Truthfulness.
if she is. I want to look more at her body language and see. I didn't catch all of the conversation with Mikhail, but I want to see if she is at least going to be honest facing her death.
As far as you can tell, what she has told you so far has been honest. There's no body language or tics indicating that she might be hiding something. And from what you can gather, you maybe have to pry more, but she's telling the truth in that statement. And for Randuin, she is being truthful.
Okay.
You know, in any other circumstance, it probably wouldn't have been us doing this.
And?
I'm sorry it turned out this way.
If I had a decision in this matter, I probably wouldn't have, but blood bonds. What are you gonna do?
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, I'm gonna kill you. That's what I'm gonna do.
And I'm gonna hold my hand up real quick towards Matt. Just wait a second. So
River places a hand on Matt's shoulder to get him to
Down
potentially
doggy.
pause.
why isn't Shivana here? Last time they were here, they seemed very adamant to protect you, and now they're nowhere to be found when you would need them most.
Welcome to the world of kindred. When you get a blood hunt put on you, a lot of people will choose not to associate with you, for fear that they will also be greeted with the final death.
Can I see if she's telling the truth?
You can keep your last roll.
Same.
That is
Oh.
that is truthful.
Okay. All right.
She was adamant to protect me, but that was also before all this.
Did you lie to Mikhail?
About what?
Anything.
Anything.
Not that I'm aware of. I've been truthful. Noah wasn't made to forget by choice.
Who made him forget?
Who do you think? The blood bond ring any bells?
I suppose I'll have to take it up with them.
I think we're gonna have to pay Landry a visit.
Good luck finding him. I've heard action's been taken against him too.
Hey, question. You guys think if I get enough of their blood, I could do a little tinkering and see if we can get a pinpoint on them, since they're bloodbound?
Wow, okay.
You're gonna try and backtrack someone through blood?
Yeah, you never know. I feel like it could be possible.
It's like a reverse image search.
Brandwin,
Yeah.
I underestimated you.
Hey, you never know what sort of secrets could lie. All I'm saying is try and make it messy.
River steps closer to Lorem.
That doesn't move.
Sorry that, well, sorry I didn't know you sooner if you're no else.
You
Who knows?
didn't want to know me. You don't. You still, even if, I wasn't about to die, you wouldn't have had any interest. Don't.
Well, I can make myself feel better saying it. And I stab her right in the heart.
Ooh, good.
Oh,
Um,
before you go do your whole thing, can I react by throwing my knife too?
We haven't been through our training sessions yet.
Hey, I tried it last time.
You can certainly try.
You're totally gonna stab. You're gonna stab River in the back.
Knife at
I
me.
feel like that's like some Jim Carrey shit right there, like Pet Detective.
All right. So what's the roll for throwing a knife?
All
again?
right.
Is it dexterity and melee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dexterity and dexterity and melee.
I will make a point though. Khalees will cover Triton's ears.
You said the
Whose?
you said the
Sorry.
other
Who?
name. You
Who's?
said his other name.
Sorry, Mikhail's
Who?
ears.
Who now?
Whomst?
Who?
Deep lore,
Who's in
quiet,
this Chili's?
quiet.
Unfortunately.
Why do I hear D20s?
No,
hitting
we're
the
not
table?
playing Quiet yet. That's next Sunday.
Yeah, that's not this game.
I will cover his ears if he lets me, because I know it's gonna get.
I had one
It's
success.
gonna be
Real
squelching
loud.
noises.
Real high up. And
Not the first time he's heard sounds like that before, but yeah, he walks
I figure
faster.
if they're already being stabbed, it might be pretty hard for them to dodge. So I wanted to take the opportunity while I could.
I should look up a couple things first. Let's see.
Roll for that aggravated damage.
Oh, also, what kind of knife did you give me? Like, how nice is it?
It's annoying.
It's one of Marcus's knives. So it's
Uh,
actually pretty
It's a
nice.
light. It would be a light piercing weapon.
Ah, that's a Toreador
Good to
power,
know.
right? Is that right? Do I have
Uh oh, prepare to get into a conflict.
that?
Also, can I just say, just River saying, well, it would make me feel better. And then just,
Oh yeah, that was an iconic moment.
That's very confused on why everyone except Mikhail is so attached to this person.
well,
She is my sire, and the first time I saw her, I had a weird heart butterfly, so I figured I'd play into that.
No, he gets it for Mikhail.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that the Randuin's
I
very
mean, during that
attached.
conversation,
Ooh.
if Matt, like, put 2 and 2 together,
I feel like I mean, I did say to try and make it messy. That doesn't sound like I'm very attached to this person.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like if Mikhail had an option to get her somewhere where she could have gotten away, I think he would have done that. But I think on top of not having Lasombra powers, or having Oblivion as a discipline, or
I mean, you can get that sweet Oblivion blood if you convince
Oblivion
that
blood.
wacky was.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
I will say, based on the fact that he was a thaumaturge, he would, before he became like a, vampire thing, he would know that the best place to target if you're trying to make someone bleed a lot is like the back upper like leg area, like, and I feel like that's probably where we would be aiming with the knife when he throws it.
Okay.
If that helps clarify anything, if it lands or not.
That would make it a called shot, and I think that increased the difficulty, right?
It would.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you can certainly want to do that if you want to.
I mean, I only had one success, so I feel like increasing the difficulty would be a bad idea.
I mean, I can hope.
But,
You land it right in the back upper leg of River.
oh no!
Rip River.
So you throw the dagger. You plunge the dagger. Let's see.
Does the system allow me to do that? Because I can just not do that if I can.
No, you can totally throw the dagger. The dagger will. What'd you roll for your? I would say dex or.
It was Dex
and
and
melee?
melee.
Well, yeah, but
I
I'd
got
say,
one success, but I only had 2 die.
You plunge the dagger. Can you roll me your strength and melee for?
Oh, that's a little bit better roll.
Not for you, Randuin, but
For me.
for River, because they are up close and personal.
And 1 dice for blades. Yeah, specialty.
Yeah, I suppose so.
That is 1 success.
Okay. With. Oh, I didn't even make a rouse check. Okay, cool. With frightening speed, and as the eyes glint the nice blood red, she is no longer there, but at the window.
Could I, using my quick reflexes, move to intercept that?
Sure, certainly. Go ahead and I would say make a dex and athletics, please.
Please don't run into the dagger that is flying through the air.
Just stop and with a hand on her throat. That'd be dope.
That's pretty much the goal, yeah.
So,
all right, 5 dice.
Cool. I have that much left.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. About right as she goes to make that last jump over a table through the window, almost like on all fours, you catch her by the neck. Please make me a strength and brawl, please.
Strength and brawl. 4 dice.
Unless are you going to use your axe?
Yes.
Make that melee then instead of brawl. Excuse me.
5 dice. Okay. That's a messy
water.
critical.
That is a
That's
messy
not water.
critical.
5 successes.
5
Ben,
successes.
that is not water.
I need you to make me a willpower roll of all your unspent willpower. And let me know the results. As you catch her, you push the axe in. And the smell of Vitae reaches your nostrils.
That's 4 successes.
4 successes. The beast
Beautiful.
rattling in its cage, but not being let out yet. You decide it's probably not good to feed on Lorum. So, but you just take some aggravated damage. She's going to try to break free of you. As you do this, the knife sails harmlessly past your mid-side area river as you just hear it go and then clatter to the floor.
Why are people so damn fast?
River immediately turns as, could I potentially help in the struggle by taking her arm and then just jamming my knife into that hand?
That'd be a cult
to pin her
shot.
down.
But yes.
As I catch her and push the axe in.
Would that be strength plus brawl?
I'd still say it's strength and melee. But it's
melee, sorry.
Yeah, but it's a called shot because you're showing specifically a hand that is flailing. So, trying to catch
as I resist.
That is a
urge
messy
to feed
critical.
on her.
I need you to make me a willpower roll as well. All of your unspent willpower.
Yep. No hunger dice, right?
No hunger dice. Nope.
Cool. 1 success.
You catch that hand. You drive that hand in. More Vitae spills. And as you catch that scent, it's too good to pass up, River. I'm sorry. Just a little drink. Just something to sate yourself. You'll be all right. And you bite down into Lorum's neck and you begin to
She's not supposed to exist anyway, so
Also, for all of River's guff and composure, even if it wasn't by Noel's hand or if Noel was determined to forget, River's still kind of pissed.
Do I have enough time where I could, while this is happening, walk over, pick up my knife, and then go and just calmly tap on River's shoulder and be like, "Hey, are you sure you want to do that?"
You can certainly try.
This is a bad thing River's doing, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, I thought we were supposed to save that for experimenting and seeing if we can get intel. But, I mean, you do you.
I'll just scrape some off the wall here.
I was gonna say, I'm holding this person up by the neck and have rapid reflexes, so I could probably try and pull her away from River.
You're a little preoccupied.
Like a rag doll.
See how I imagined it. So sorry. I imagine that you slammed her down and then did the axe, so River came by and then pinned her hand to the ground. That's what I
Oh,
imagine.
I thought they were like up against a wall.
I thought Matt like caught her like out of thin air.
Yeah, I
Out of
caught
the
her
air.
mid-air.
Yeah, and then
And-
you used your axe. Yeah.
So I would have pinned her hand to the wall.
Yeah.
There was a table behind her. She had just jumped
Yes,
over a table,
that's-
so I assumed
that's
you'd
what I
pinned it
was-
to the
yeah.
table.
That
Gotcha.
works, too. That
I've been
works,
drinking.
yeah.
So sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
So, and you bite down and you feed. What hunger level are you at, River?
I'm at 2.
2. You drink down to 1.
Cool.
Please make me another willpower roll.
Okay.
That is correct.
All right. 1 success.
1 success. Matt, do you want to intervene in this?
Yes.
Okay. Are
Just
you going
bitch
to-
slap River across
are
the
you
room.
going to try to, how are you going to pry
With
the
the
two
axe?
of them apart?
I feel like just yanking Lorem away might sacrifice
But her-
Lorem's hand, but I don't really give two shits about Lorem's hand.
Very well. That is certainly a thing you can do. So
Content warning: extreme gore.
yeah, violence and extreme
Body horror.
Body horror.
I did request that it be Missy. So we're good.
Oh my gosh, Vancouver by night
Yeah.
is. Oh my gosh! Hi. So sorry.
Hi,
I just looked at the
welcome.
chat. Hi.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I was watching.
Is
So you
this
could-
strength and athletics?
I would say it's a strength and athletics roll.
Content warning in a vampire game.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, you would be.
Just in case.
Yeah, I would say strength and brawl to pull Lorem off out of the grass.
Brawl or athletics?
Athletics, I think I should make more sense. I'm gonna say it's got a difficulty of 3 because it is gonna be a little bit hard to pull her when her hands stabbed to a table, and someone is currently holding them to feed.
I'm gonna spend willpower on that.
Very well, you may certainly do so.
No, 2 successes.
2 successes, not quite enough. River, you feel the rest of the life force of Lorem
Guess who just did a Diablerie?
just ebb away. And joining almost in tandem with Noel's soothing voice, the dulcet tones of Lorem as your beast is very pleased with you. See? Don't you feel better? The body is getting cold. Shocked, I say.
The forbidden.
And the body slumps in the hands of Matt and River as they both hold the body, now lifeless of any form. Axe still half embedded in the torso, knife still pinning hand to table. You're muted, Shane.
I haven't. I'm
No,
not.
you're not. No, it's not.
Okay, I saw you trying to move.
I was trying to emulate the fact that Randuin is at a loss for words at the moment.
Yeah, are we just ending right there?
That might be a good place to end it, I think.
Oh, I was
Are you serious?
I was about ready to say something to
Oh, you can totally say something to Mikhail if you want to.
To baby,
just-
thanks.
since we had stepped away a while
Yes.
ago.
Yep, you had.
I think there's some sort of like knowledge of just what occurred and what
I'm sure we probably heard all of the thumping
some
and
of it.
growling and axe swinging.
some of it. I mean, we are leaving, but
Yeah.
Khalees will stop when they are far away enough, maybe like on the block, and say, the others are not going to be very receptive to what you want to do.
I think like Kyle's digging through his pockets for a useless cigarette. He hasn't learned yet from the last time he tried to smoke a cigarette.
Our resident thin blood.
I don't believe so, and I don't think that they have much regard for life or and life. Where's my lighter?
Yes. That is true.
Isn't that supposed to be a rule in bloodhounds?
You light the cigarette. You taste just this foul, gross.
Oh, now it tastes bad.
It just doesn't do anything for you, and it tastes a
No,
little.
I know.
Yeah.
It just tastes like ash.
It does taste like ash.
So, which is kind of what a cigarette kind of
Tastes like
kinda
anyway.
tastes
What
like
else?
anyway.
Which surprise! Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Cigarettes.
But
Please
you
Don't smoke, kids.
Yeah. PSA:
Yes.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't.
I thought it was very interesting of you to make that choice that you made. And I think the others would not approve of your path towards humanity. As you can see, some of them are already too far gone.
His head will kind of like turn ever so slightly back towards where
Did you guys
the act is happening.
close the door behind you?
We're gone. Like I'm assuming that we just left.
Okay. So.
Yeah, because you guys did talk to her for a bit before the accident happened.
So I'm assuming we left the building.
Didn't kill her.
Before we American Psychoed this.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So.
What is it you're trying to say?
I will support you.
With or without strings attached?
No strings attached. I will support you. You are thin blood. You are going to bring about, your kind is going to bring about the end of times for all kindred. And I want to see that happen.
I think that's where we should end it.
I think that's
Let's start Gehenna.
I have some go-go juice for Gehenna.
All right, I think that is where we end it, as Mikhail looks shocked at Khalees. And you get that nice fade, like, cut to black. And
Executive producer Joss Whedon.
But thank you all
one, half a dozen the other.
very much for watching. You've been watching Shadow's Embrace, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition chronicle set in the fictitious town of Ambervale. Sad for you, but yes. We'll be here not next week.
Him.
Oh, thank you very much. I will
much.
do a follow back thing.
Yeah, totally.
Here in a moment when I get off of the stream here. But thank you all
Yeah.
for watching us. We will see you all here not next week, but the week after. We run this every other Sunday. And between this episode and the next episode, there will be a week of downtime for our, well, I say downtime, but prep time. Downtime, prep time. Time to make themselves a little more available. But
Has to make a trip to the Vampire Petco.
So, does that mean, are we preparing before we end up going after the Primogen, or is he assumed dead at this point?
No, we're gonna do it.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I don't
I feel like
mind
it's very
having
important for
Other
us to
vamp
do
people running vamp stuff, or do we have not selected a raid target, so of course. I don't mind.
Hashtag family.
Hashtag family. Oh, thank you. The first episode is obviously here, and the next one is gonna be next not the Sunday after next. But
Oh,
Yeah.
we have gotten a request to raid
I
Macabre
just
Derek.
said that we
Yeah.
were gonna do that.
I'm so sorry.
You're
I was
fine.
reading up on Diablery. I'm so
You're
sorry.
okay.
I'm doing my research.
Oh,
Yeah.
what happens to
As
you?
everyone's like, I want to eat the Ventru. Give him to me on a silver platter.
I mean, I wasn't asking because I wanted to diablerize them or anything. I was asking because that drastically changes what my steps I'm going to take over this week are.
I will let that be a decision we can all make in the downtime between episodes. What you guys want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we head off for the evening, quick not roundup, but we'll go around one more time. Explain who we are, where we can find you on the internet. We'll start in reverse order. So Jesse, you're up
Hey,
first.
my name is Jesse. I am one half of Jacqueline Hare. I'm the Hare. And I play Khalees, the Banu Hakim, who seems to have all sorts of conniving things that he wants to do. Shocker. You can find me on my channel, Jacqueline Hare, where we run games on Mondays and Fridays. We run a D&D game called On Gilded Tides. We play a storyteller game called The Immortal Odyssey, which is Scion. And we also do our own Vampire the Masquerade game as well on our channel on Fridays. But I'll let Julian talk about it because it's Julian's game. But that's where you can find me. And I love playing this person.
I am so glad. Matt.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I play Matt the Gangrel, as you just saw, and you can find me online at Gianate3000. I'm an independent game designer, still just kind of starting to put stuff out. I currently only have my one-page RPG, or not one-page, but mini RPG, Hamsters in Space, which you can find by Googling Hamsters in Space on DriveThruRPG. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got so far.
It's a good time.
And I also love playing this game.
Shane. Randuin.
Hello, I'm Shane, also known as Marine of One, and you can find me on twitch.tv/Marine of One pretty much every day, except for Saturday, where you find me on twitch.tv/Smunchy Games, because I am a game designer / the lead ambassador of Smunchy Games, where we make all sorts of cool stuff. And you can also find me here on Thursdays playing Parslings, and also on every other Sunday doing this. Yeah, I mean, right now it's just been like Parslings, and more Parslings all the time. But it's nice to be able to play other systems, because right now it's on the Kickstarter. We're like hyped for that. It's a really awesome game. You should check it out. Yeah. Oh, and I have a Twitter too, but it's Marine of 11. I'm trying to get it fixed because we found out the person who has Marine of 1 is an inactive account.
Cool.
All right. Julian.
Hi, I am Julian. I am the second half of Jacqueline Hare. I'm the Jackal. I have played Mikhail, our resident Thinblood, and I also love this game and all of the fun secrets that everyone has, and the emotions and stuff, and the jokes about killing Jeff Bezos. I sort of, if we don't do it by the end of this campaign, I might riot. Just saying.
And Matt will too.
I am waiting for the cease and desist order from Twitch/Amazon/Jeff Bezos. For this.
No, don't worry. They won't have to worry about it. It's like our season 5 finale.
That's a problem for Future Us.
That is true.
But
Future Us.
Yeah, I run and play games over at Jacqueline Hare. Jesse already mentioned the basis for them all. I am the storyteller for Vampire at the Disco, which is a 1970s chronicle that is held in London, where we have a small coterie of fledgling anarchs who have recently been sent up to a place called Cannock Chase, under the guise of possibly getting admittance into the hunt. So if you want a bunch of babies running around in the woods being scared by big black dogs that disappear, Be sure to check us out for that. Not this Friday, but next Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do art and stuff too, but you can get that on Twitter.
Go check my Twitter. It's where it's all at. No.
Thanks.
Last but certainly not least, Caleb.
Hi, my name is Caleb Wade of Crime Dementor Presents and Guild of the Phoenix. I played River Marlowe, our Toreador, who just ate a bitch. So you can find me at Caleb Isbalok, and you can find my YouTube channel at Creme_Demented, where I play video games. You can find it on YouTube at Creme Dementor Presents. I just had an off week, so after this, I'm probably going to have to spend a good few hours recording stuff for the 3 weeks that I'm on. It's usually every day with different games. Last few weeks was Avengers because I'm still obsessed with Avengers as it gets fixed and whatnot with patches. But I'll be back to a normal schedule, whatever normal means. And you can often find me here on Guild of the Phoenix every Sunday, actually, because I will be playing this game and another game on the other Sundays that's returning for a season 2. So
where some of us might show back up again.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe I'll do something on Fridays as well. Who knows? Maybe. You'll just have to tune in to find out. I've been drinking. I am so sorry.
You're okay. I mean, it's midnight, so at least this is like the end of the
For
stream.
you, it's 11 for me.
Yeah. Welcome to. I live on the East Coast. I'm sorry, it's midnight for me. Jeez.
Welcome to time.
9 o'clock for us. So I mean, we could just keep drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
I got school tomorrow.
Some of us have to adult
I actually
in the
have
morning.
to teach the youth.
And last but not least,
Ben!
Oh,
Johnny.
Ben!
Hi. My name is Fennicini on the internet. I've been your lovely storyteller this evening for tonight's Shadow's Embrace, a VTM 5e chronicle. Thank you very much for watching. You can find me all over the internet at Fennicini. I am here on Sundays. I'm here on Thursdays. I'm going to be here on Mondays starting October 12th.
What?
Yeah. We got a show on Mondays.
More games!
Yeah. Feels. That's right. I forgot to set my one emote to feels. But I'm just showing everybody else. Please do. No, but yes, starting on Mondays, we'll be playing some lovely Night's Black Agents, which for those of you who don't know, it's the lovely other side of this where you get to play as lovely agents who have been burned by the individuals they used to work for, and they have to go and uncover vampiric plots as humans.
Whoa,
It's a
that's
lot of
really
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
You get to play as the Inquisition
You
almost.
do, almost, except for
Heck yeah.
they're not the worst people in the world. Also, vampires are actually awful in that system.
Woof. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, so
I don't know. We're pretty bad.
That's fair.
Imagine
Kill us.
as
It's
they
cool.
literally played with this person to kill them. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, come on, y'all. Like,
That same
But
person
at the
that
same
used
time-
me as a heroin high source for 6 months and then made me forget.
I mean, River had a little bit, and that's like, well, I wanted to make myself a better stabby McStaps.
I'm the only child. Only me.
Tis only I.
yes,
That's
that
the
is-
true Toreador finally coming out.
That is coming on October 12th. We're playing the Night's Black Agents solo ops, and I get to take my lovely significant other through their first RPG campaign. So
Maddie's gonna be a part of this.
Yeah, Maddie's gonna be a part of that, and
Required viewing.
I.
I'll support as much as I can from work.
That's fine. No worries.
What time is it? I need to make a thing in my calendar.
I think it's gonna be 7 p.m. because Maddie does not do well with late nights, so they're gonna be much smaller, shorter streams because for multiple reasons. I won't dive too much into it. It's not bad
That's
things
fair.
though. It's just I know my significant other. I know how to I have to frame this in a way that will keep her interested. So,
Also, you thought it was a random vampire who would kill you, but it was I, River.
but outside of that on Mondays,
You take a selfie with her and send it to Noelle.
Is that technically like sibling rivalry?
Got the bitch.
Take that,
But you
Dad.
can, it's like
It's just like, we'll have a conversation later.
That is also a mood. It is
Matt and
indeed.
Randon are in the back of the selfie, just like.
Like,
I'm gonna be like,
I
"Yeah."
love the scene where I just like tap you on the shoulder, like, "Hey, you sure you want to do that?"
and River's
Hey,
just like
friend.
too
buddy.
into it.
This seems like a bad idea.
Be careful, those people break really easily. Grabs, crushes immediately.
Hey, friend, buddy. Do you want to keep? Okay.
Fucking put it on Instagram.
It's like, need to have lo-fi filter.
All right. So, but that's where you can find me on the internet. I think I'm gonna be like at some point hanging out in the Immortal Odyssey, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually.
I think,
Yeah.
I got plans.
So ashamed.
I got
Yeah.
plans to do some really crazy stuff involving splitting the party on purpose and having 2 separate sessions for
Yeah,
each
you're
side.
gonna have to join too.
Oh,
You know,
sick,
at this
yeah.
rate.
I'm ready for
And
it.
I was a guest on the
I don't
Immortal
do
Odyssey
things.
once
I'm
upon
always
a time.
available.
You'll see me potentially next year. I don't know.
So it's gonna be weird, but I'll see how it looks or how
Okay.
it's gonna play out. I gotta talk to you anyway about some machinations that I have anyway. But
Okay, that sounds good. I'm here for it.
Considering what just happened in Immortal Odyssey last session, yeah,
I'm here
that
for
makes
it.
sense.
I'm here for
Okay.
it. So,
But thank you
anyway,
guys for watching.
Yeah.
Thank you all for
Thanks for
watching.
coming, everybody.
thank you everyone for stopping by. We will see you all the Sunday after next for another episode of Shadow's Embrace. Have a good night. We're gonna go raid Macabre Derek, who is currently playing some VTM stuff. Let's go.
Wait.
I'm gonna do this, transition to our away screen, and then I'll leave us open for shenanigans.